purposefully dismissive or obtuse or any of that. But here's the bottom line. Years from now, when we look back at whoever wins the championship this year, we will not be saying, well, that's the era when the Nuggets were hurt.
Yeah.
And why they didn't win.
That's not happening.
True.
No, we don't talk like that. Boston's been in purgatory waiting for Jason Tatum to come back from a torn Achilles. Indiana's in purgatory waiting for Tyrese Halliburton to come back from a torn Achilles. We don't talk about that because we don't care. Dallas thought they were going to be competitive with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving. They never even got off the ground. We don't talk about it because we don't care. You can look elsewhere around the league. Like injuries right now in the NBA, it's an epidemic right now. It's a league-wide problem. This is not specific to Denver. And I know the stretch of time where it was 4 or 5 starters, that was extreme. But that's not what it's been here lately. Guys are back. And by the way, even when they were missing guys, they went 10-6. So it's like no one really cares. You got to get healthy. Go compete for a championship. But there will not be an asterisk next to the NBA champion of this season because of injuries.
Well, and then also to answer the texter's question, also when Jokic went down, the emergence of Payton Watson, I mean, he was playing his best basketball when Jokic went down. On top of that, it was a lighter part of the schedule. And Z and I talked about that where it's like, hey, it is the lighter part of the schedule. So if someone like Jokic is going to go down, this is the best possible situation for Jokic to go down or be down is in a lighter part of the schedule. Now that Jokic is back, it's a heavier part of the schedule where you're playing against better teams that are going to be in the postseason, and it's starting to show. If you're not all intact, if you don't have your full starting five together, you're going to struggle.
And in addition to all that, it's been a theme since the first month of the season. This team is no longer automatic in the clutch. And that used to be, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I used to say about in clutch time, 5 minutes or less, and with 5 points a difference or less. If you were even, you were beat. Just like a speedy wide receiver. If you were even, you're beat, trying to out-execute that two-man game down the stretch. Well, the reality is it hasn't been great this year. Almost, you look at who they are in games decided by 3 points or less, they're under 500. And by the way, they're one game over 500 since the championship season.
Isn't that the number 3 then on your list?
Yeah, maybe.
It's OKC,
yeah, sure.
It's health, and I had suggested earlier before you guys stepped in of like those fourth quarter collapses, you got to stop that. You got to play some better defense, and I know they're playing things differently when they're trying to clog up his passing lanes. You got to figure that out, man.
Yeah.
Or else you're not going to go all the way.
Totally. And so, and isn't it ironic here, painfully ironic, that in years past, health hasn't really been an issue. I'm not going to say it's been a singular issue, but it's been maybe their biggest issue. It's been Jamal Murray not being the championship version of himself.
Right.
And then in the season, where he is quite literally having the best year of his entire career, you're dealing with all the other stuff. And so, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a championship roster when healthy. Are they good enough to beat OKC 4 times in 12 days? It's close. I think they can do it. I think they can do it with this version of Jamal. Now you just have to navigate all this other stuff. And yeah.
There's just not as much leeway because I think a lot of people think, All-Star break, it's halfway. I mean, we're talking 27 games left on the schedule.
That's it.
It'll be here before you know it.
You want to give them till the end of February to get it figured out? Sure. I don't think Gordon and Payton Watson are back until the middle of second week of March.
Yeah. Agreed, AP.
Right? So
yes.
let's assume Gordon and Watson come back around the same time the first couple of weeks of March. You're looking at maybe a month's worth of basketball to get ready for the gauntlet that is the second season of the NBA playoffs. It's just not a lot of runway. And I could not agree with you more, Zach, about Denver's struggles in the clutch. I don't really know what to attribute that to because there's been some situations where the ball just doesn't go in. It's a decent look. But to your point, that has been a trademark, a signature of this Denver Nuggets team the last handful of seasons. And the fact that that's not there, coupled with the struggles at home, coupled with the injuries, a lot has to go right for them to get back to where they're.
That's why he's got the ick.
Yeah. That's my theme for today with them.
Well, I'll say this. It wasn't the ick that I felt last year with that team. That team last year was off from a human standpoint. They were just off. Jamal Murray, was off. Walking
From the start.
From media day. The locker room dynamic with Russell Westbrook, the locker room dynamic with Michael Malone, the executive dynamic between Michael Malone and Calvin Booth. I mean, last year, being down at Ball Arena, it did not look like a fun place to be employed a year ago. And I think that largely they have moved on from that. And I'll say this too: we just had a conversation nearly 10 minutes long and didn't mention David Adelman. Not only has Jamal Murray been the best version of himself, I think in general, now he's not perfect, but don't let perfection be the enemy of really good. David Adelman has been really good for a first-time head coach who came into the year with more playoff experience than regular season experience, and he has pushed some right buttons in a handful of these pockets of the season. It's just unfortunate that some of the rest of the stuff is disjointed. And how bizarre is it that we waited for the longest stretch of Jokic's career for him to come back from injury, and when he's come back, the team hasn't played well when he's been back. And if you're just looking at his raw counting numbers, you say, hey, he's playing great. No, he's not. If you watch the games, I think
the turnover.
You got a promo running on it. Yeah.
It's just strange.
Get better.
To see him like humanized.
Yeah.
I said it's like seeing your dad like drunk or something for the first time. It's like, whoa, like that's my dad. Like he can't stand up right. Like he can't talk right. I'm looking at Jokic like, whoa, this supercomputer isn't able to spit out like the AI math
The turnovers
answer.
are alarming.
Yeah.
They are. I mean, we don't see Jokic have games with more turnovers and assists. We don't see him have games with 7 turnovers, 9 turnovers. That's how he ended going into the break. So, yeah, it's look, they still have the makings of it, but I'm still waiting to see what I think I need to say, hey, that team definitively can go win the NBA championship.
Yeah, I'm with you. Guys. It's interesting.
Well, I can't wait till tomorrow night. You know,
both.
our first Nuggets sampling against a Clippers team and Kawhi Leonard, who is playing the best basketball somehow of his entire career, is happening right now. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to have to pick your brain later, Cecil, about Noah Fant. I was listening earlier today. I want to maybe
it's a thought
tomorrow.
experiment.
Yeah.
It's a thought experiment.
And I heard you say that, and I wouldn't misrepresent that. I'm not Mike Evans. And so we'll have that conversation maybe tomorrow on the crosstalk.
We'll do.
Okay. There's a bit of a myth when it comes to the Denver Broncos offseason, and my guess is a lot of Broncos country is about to learn about it for the first time. That's next.
If the goal is to win a Super Bowl,
let's go, bring it out!
Do the Broncos need a new top target in the wide receiver room?
What he brings to the table, I do believe that he can be your main wide receiver on a championship team. All he does is work. He's a great leader for that football team. I'd like to see more, but I really do like Cortland, and he can be the main guy on a championship team, no doubt about it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your card can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your card today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Wednesday, February 18th, in a show that is going to be absolutely jam-packed. Jam-packed, I tell you. Phil, what up?
Woo! What's going on? Happy Wednesday. Hump Day.
Happy hump day to you.
And you know what, Z? I told you this before. I usually do some combine prep for some running backs that are down here in Denver.
Yep.
You know, actually a couple really good running backs. I'm going to keep their name out of it right now, but they're doing a really good job, and they're very explosive.
Combine is like next week,
Exactly.
I want to say.
Yeah, next week. The pro days are right after that. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and I do believe one of them is going to get drafted. Now, I don't think he's going to get drafted in the first or second round, but this young man is very explosive, very twitchy. And I could see him getting drafted in the 4th, 5th, 6th round.
Sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like, hey, the Denver Broncos decide to draft 2 running backs. Say they don't go out there and get the running back in the free agency that we really want.
Sure.
Maybe they go out there and they draft 2 other running backs. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think you go out there and draft 2 young running backs. You go out there and draft 1 running back. But he'd be one that I would advocate for just because I'm closer with him. I'm really seeing him. I'm dissecting his film, and he runs really well. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is usually I work out with them on Tuesdays, or I work them out Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Well, I get to get to the gym on, the facility, the football field, and I'm looking for them. I'm like, where the hell are these guys at? Come to find out, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. And it's because I've been down and out, man. I've been down and out with this cold, worried about my kids, worried about my wife, and
We had
now
the day
worried about
off.
myself.
You had
We
the day off on Monday.
Yeah, so, I feel bad. I left them hanging yesterday, thinking yesterday was Monday and today's Tuesday. But you know what, Z? It's Wednesday. It's a hump day. We're gonna hump our way through this day and have a great day, man.
So you let them down a little bit.
I let them down.
Now they
let my boys down.
Now they know how I feel. 4 hours a day, 5 days a week.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh no, that's okay. I'm sure they forgave you and ready to rock on next Tuesday. And I said, Phil, going into the last break, I said I think there's a bit of a myth when it comes to this Broncos offseason.
Yeah.
And the myth is that, hey, Broncos are out of cap hell. They have all the money to spend.
All the money in the world.
The Broncos have less salary cap space this year than they did this time last year. And I don't think the average Bronco fan knows that, Phil.
Well, no, why would they? All they think about is, hey, we're out of cap hell. We have Greg Penner, Mr. Penner, who's the richest owner right now in the NFL. Like, we have a bunch of money to spend, right? We could just spend what we want. Go get Tyreek Hill. Go get A.J. Brown. Go get Kenneth Walker. Go get Brees Hall. Go get them all.
Go get your boy Pickens, too.
Go get the Pickens. Hell, we got the money, right?
No, so at this time last year, this is kind of crazy. At this time last year, the Broncos, despite absorbing Russell Wilson's dead cap of $32 million, that was a hit, they had right around $44 million in cap space. This year, the Broncos have zero money in Wilson dead cap, yet have right around $29 million in cap space, or roughly 1/3 less spending power than this time last year. And one way that cap space was created last year, all right, and the real reason that there's less money to spend this offseason was those contract extensions and the way that they were structured. I think it's Rich Hurtado is the cap guy over there. It was the way that they were structured. The Broncos worked out 10 of their own players in the 16-month period from late July 2024 through late November 2025. So they did those extensions. They worked them out for 10 of their own. And the 10 contract extensions in order went to Quinn Miners, Pat Surtain, Jonathan Cooper.
Beautiful.
Garrett Bowles.
Beautiful.
Cortland Sutton, Zach Allen, Nick Benito, Will Lutz, Luke Wattenberg, and Malcolm Roach.
So those are 10 players.
Those are 10 players. That doesn't even include re-upping DJ Jones last year on a 3-year, $39 million contract on the eve of free agency.
Well, there's 11 players right there. You play with 11 players. You're all good. You don't need to pay anybody else.
I just think that, in general, the thought, Phil, has been you're out of cap hell. You have all the money at your fingertips. And that's not the case. It's actually not the case at all. You have less cap space than you did a year ago by almost 30%. In fact, if you look at where the Broncos are, like comparatively to the rest of the NFL, dude, they're 14th. They're like perfectly average in a league of 32. They are right there in the middle in terms of spending power. And I think that that is news to a lot of Broncos country.
Well, see, you know what? I'm okay with it. And here's why. There's two different reasons. One, because you have a bunch of young players like Bo Nix, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant. They're on rookie deals.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about them right now.
Sure.
Number two, we got the guys that we wanted done early. That's what the extension talks were all about.
Sure.
So now when you look at this team, there's not a lot of holes to fill. Inside linebacker, running back, we will have enough money for that. And if we don't, this is what you do. Make it easy on everybody. Restructure some of these contracts. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs and our guy Patrick Mahomes just did today.
Yeah.
He restructured his contract again to add that cap,
I saw that.
space.
Yeah, that flexibility.
To help him out. Because he's like, dude, I struggled last year. I blew my knee out. They're talking about getting rid of the left tackle. I may need to free up some of the money so that we can get some guys in the building so I have weapons around me. Well, that's going to be the exact same thing for somebody like you can go to Zach Allen or Nick Benito and say, hey, look, we want to restructure your deal. We want to give you more money up front, give you a bigger signing bonus, so it's not like we're taking money away from you. We're actually going to give it to you faster.
Sure.
And we actually help with cap space so that we can get the inside linebacker, the running back, maybe a receiver, a tight end. So this is why I'm not concerned. I'm actually happy. And the reason why they did all this is so they can go back and restructure contracts if they need to reorganize the amount of money that they're going to have or need to have. In this case, there's only a couple free agents that I would really want. I want a running back free agent, and I really want an inside linebacker. The rest of them could be draft picks, and that's the beauty of all this.
Here was Sean Payton after the season. Now, this is interesting, man. Listen to Sean Payton after the season. This is the season-ending press conference, talking about going into the offseason without all that dead cap.
I think, like in any case, if I said I'm going to give you $50,000 to decorate your home or $200,000, the home's going to look nicer, I think, if you're a decent shopper, if you have more money. I think the same takes place with our sport. And I'm proud of the way everyone else handled it and looked at developing young players and didn't use it as a built-in excuse. We can find those all the time. So, but I think it's significant, and it's still important. We evaluate wisely, we draft wisely, we make these decisions regarding free agency with well thought out plans, and we go from there.
All right, I'm not going to say into this microphone that Sean Payton in that moment didn't realize that he had less money to spend than last year. But he sounds like a guy that didn't realize that he's got less money to spend because he's doing the analogy of like, hey, you could decorate your house with $50,000 or $200,000. Well, your decorating budget in that same analogy just went down 30%. So say you had $100,000 to decorate the house with, you now have, I don't know, 70. It just didn't sound like.
Yeah, and maybe he didn't know that, and maybe he thought he was going to deal with $200 million, so he was going to be able to buy everybody in the world. But you know what? Now it puts pressure on Sean Payton, George Payton. It puts pressure on the guys in the front office to do their part.
Sure.
Make sure that the guys that they are going to pay are going to be the right guys for the job, that are going to stay healthy, because you don't want to spend this money and be aggressive, restructure some deals, all right, to get some money back. You be aggressive, and then you bring some guys in the building that don't pan out. Then you're going to be sitting here saying, damn, what did we do? So maybe this puts pressure on them. That's like, hey, look, we have a little bit more money, but we're not going to, if we have to go through that and grab it out of our back pocket, we'll do that. If not, let's deal with what we have here, get some really good ball players, some good depth pieces, and go from there.
All right, interesting conversation. If you want to react to it, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Okay, shifting gears. I have an idea, Phil. I've been in my bag again, Phil.
Uh-oh.
I have an idea for Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos that has precedent and serves multiple purposes to the quarterback position. That's next.
After missing 16 games with a knee injury, is something wrong with Nikola Jokic?
I'm watching Jokic, and if you're just looking at the stat sheet, and Adelman's, quoting the stats after the game, and I got it. But if you know the standard that Jokic has set for himself for us to judge him by, I mean, we're just not seeing the best version of that guy right now.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? Happy Wednesday. Guys, if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, otherwise known as ED, all right, go get treated. Like, stop going through this situation where you just aren't happy with yourself because of what erectile dysfunction is doing for you. ED is an intimacy destroyer, and research out there shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes a problem, and no partner should be blaming themselves. At Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of these treatments that they have will have you last an hour or even more if you have that much stamina. All I need you to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, and that will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen, if the test dose does not work in the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Here's a tale of Linda trying to lose weight, but the med prices she found were all over the place.
Hidden fees and markups made her jaw drop low. Then she found Good RX. Now she's in the know.
GLP-1 subscriptions FDA approved.
With clear upfront pricing.
And same-day pickup.
That's Good RX, the no-nonsense way. Save time and money on prescriptions.
Get to goodrx.com/weight loss. GoodRx is not insurance.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundle your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-230-2777.
Dan Jacobs of 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Traffic and body pain can slow you down, but don't let the pain stop you. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief, so you can keep moving. Use as directed.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces UNLV starting at 9.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, I have an idea for Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos.
I'm a little nervous for this idea. Actually, you've been having some great ideas. Stadium ideas, phenomenal.
What are they? What are my stadium ideas?
Well, so the first one you talked about was a museum.
Yes, you're on it.
Museum. I was like, you know what? Yes, that's great. That's great. I would love a museum. The second one, all right, was the statue.
Yes. You're on it.
You're on it. Listening now.
I love it.
In the statue, I really love the statue idea, but not just for the Denver Broncos, and you brought this up. It's for the Denver Nuggets as well, with Jokic at some point, and maybe somebody else.
Yes.
The Rockies are going to do a statue for two players.
Yep, for Larry Walker and Todd Helton.
Yep.
And I think Todd Helton's going first, or is he going second? So Walker's going to go first. And then I think Walker's going to go in August, and Helton's going to go in September. And I can't wait for that. I am just a huge fan of sports statues, and we don't have enough of them in Denver. Been talking about it for a very long time here. So, yeah, you're on it. And then guess what, Phil? I got a third idea for the stadium.
All right.
I'm going to share just a little bit later in the show.
Well, we'll put a pin in that.
We'll put a pin in it. So I have an idea that I've actually presented in the past regarding a different player. Okay? Check me out, Phil. The Colts brass and Daniel Jones have expressed mutual interest in signing a new contract. They're going to move forward with Daniel Jones.
As they should. Daniel Jones had a great year before he, I want to say, ruptured his Achilles.
Correct.
So like, hey, I didn't think much of Daniel Jones. He goes into this year. He beats us. The Denver Broncos, Daniel Jones does that, and
they didn't punt.
They didn't punt one time.
They did not punt.
So good for the Colts for re-upping Daniel Jones for what he did, rewarding Daniel Jones for what he did for them last year.
Yeah, and they're going to. They haven't, just to be clear, they haven't gave him the deal yet, but they both have said they have interest in moving forward together. Why am I bringing that up?
Yeah, why are you bringing that up?
Because following that expressed mutual interest, reports out of Indy say that Anthony Richardson, AR-15.
Another pretty good name.
That's a really good nickname.
K9 for Kenneth Walker III,
Yes.
and then AR-15.
Yes, pretty good. So Anthony Richardson is expected to request a trade. A separate report from a beat writer from the Colts says that he'd be shocked if he was a Colt come training camp. I think the Broncos should bring in Anthony Richardson.
Oh.
Follow me.
All right.
He's the new Taysom Hill. I don't think there's going to be NFL franchises lining up for have Anthony Richardson as a starter. Okay? I haven't seen enough with my own eyes that says this guy is anything close to a starting quarterback. But what he is one of the freakier athletes in NFL history to have QB next to his name. You remember what he did at the Combine.
Oh, yeah.
It was literally like earth-shattering. What he did at his size, his speed, his athletic ability is off the charts.
All the tangibles in the world.
Correct. But he's not a starting quarterback. I think I know that. Now, maybe he'll prove me wrong in the coming years.
Not yet.
No, but what you need is you need some football rehab. You need someone to love you up. You need someone like Sean Payton, who actually during that process can still use you on game days. All right? Follow me here. You have to trade for him. So I went and looked at a recent comp for this trade. And you know who it is? You know who's actually the perfect comp for Anthony Richardson? Trey Lance. Trey Lance.
Okay.
And San Francisco sent Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th-round pick. Guess who's got an extra 4th-round pick this year?
The Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos. There's precedent here. Sean has deployed a big, strong, athletic kind of QB in the past with Taysom Hill. Has Bo been getting banged up here?
Yeah, you're so concerned with Bo Nix and his injuries.
Yep. Last year after the season, ankle cleanup, fractures in his back, broken ankle this year. And I think that you can use Anthony Richardson because while I do not believe that he's a down-to-down starting quarterback, he's competent enough of a thrower that I do believe, much like I advocated 2 seasons ago and we were doing the show together, to bring in Justin Fields for the Taysom Hill role. And I think that because of the precedent that I'm drawing from with Taysom Hill, because of Anthony Richardson wanting to get out of Indianapolis.
You just need a change of scenery, something new.
Because of the affordability from a draft capital standpoint that you would send to the Indianapolis Colts, because of Bo Nix' history of getting banged up, and I think that at a certain point in time, you're going to have to pull the reins in a little bit on him for him as a runner in the coming years. And I think that Anthony Richardson, with the right creative mind, like Sean Payton, who has gone down this road in a way that few other NFL coaches have in the past, I think this on several levels actually makes sense, as crazy as it may sound.
No, it doesn't sound crazy at all. I love it. I think it's like crazy good to have another quarterback like Anthony Richardson that can be here for quarterback rehab. All right, it's not just about using him. It's about letting him develop as well. So, yes, we're going to use you for your talents, the tangibles, how big you are, moving the chains, but you still have this big, strong arm. But also you're going to sit behind Bo Nix, learn from him, learn from Davis Webb, learn from Sean Payton. I love it. Now the question becomes, do you keep somebody like Jarrett Stidham on the roster along with Anthony Richardson because you're giving up a fourth? You're paying Jarrett Stidham. You have 3 quarterbacks. That means that 2 are going to probably dress and one's not usually. Because if you dress all 3, that means somebody else a different position is going to be down, and you may need that position. So what do you do in that situation? Are we giving up Jarrett Stidham? Are we giving up hope on Jarrett Stidham?
I would be 100% willing to trade Jarrett Stidham.
Oh,
yes. And I think it's hard because I'm seeing on the RamosLaw.com text line, a 4th-round pick for a backup quarterback, you're nuts. And you can decide for yourself, and I understand we all have our own opinions on this. But you don't see what it looks like yet on game days. What does it actually look and feel like on game days with that type of athleticism being deployed creatively, a competent enough of a thrower to have his position be quarterback, but he's more athlete than QB.
Zach, that sounds all good.
And by the way,
dog, that sounds good. But what happens if something does happen to Bo and he misses a significant amount of time? Let's just say 5 games. Can you win with Anthony Richardson? Or will you be able to still win with Jarrett Stidham? Because I believe you still win with Jarrett Stidham with more time. See, we threw him into the fire. Anthony Richardson, you're taking a flyer on that man because of his athletic ability. But when it comes down to what you really need this man to do, can he do it? I don't think he's ready for that. It's QB rehab for a reason.
In terms of him being like your backup if you needed to get through 2.5 months, that's not a good plan. But you always have Sam Ehlinger.
We're back.
No.
Dante, you got something real quick?
I do. I have the perfect solution for it. You have Anthony Richardson on the depth chart as the number 2 quarterback, Jarrett Stidham as the 3rd-string emergency quarterback, and that way if Bo gets hurt, Jarrett Stidham's ready to go.
Could play. I love this.
So you can keep all 3.
That's a great wrinkle.
So
I forgot about the emergency QB.
You're going to pay Sparky Jarrett Stidham $10 million to be a backup.
No, he's your backup, but just on the depth chart for reasons to get around the system, you just list him as your 3rd string.
Look, I love it. But I'm not willing to give up Jarrett Stidham, who now will go into year 4 with this system. And I know Davis Webb may change certain things up because I do believe Davis Webb is going to be calling plays. But you can win games with Jarrett Stidham. He has done it before, at least one game. He's won one game with the Denver Broncos.
You said plural. I was show me the second game.
But AR-15, Anthony Richardson, you're taking a flyer on the tangibles of that young man.
Yeah, the natural talent.
When he needs quarterback rehab, he just needs to sit there for a year. Somebody stroke his ego.
No. He's getting used on game days like Taysom Hill. Yes, he is. I think this is a unique idea, and I know someone's calling me crazy. That's fine. But I think Sean Payton is just the coach. We have the precedent. We have a quarterback that's been getting banged up. You have this talent that can be acquired. I mean, it might not even take a 4th-round pick.
My man said trade Jarrett Stidham, keep Sam Ehlinger, and give a 4th-round pick for AR-15.
No. Dante solved that for us.
You keep all 3.
You can literally keep all 3. We're in the age of the emergency quarterback.
For sure.
And that just started, 3 years ago?
If we keep all 3, I'm down for it. I'm down for it if we can keep all 3.
Yeah, okay. All right. What do you guys think? RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. We can maybe read a couple of those. All right. Also, we have a follow-up from former CU Buffs great Christian Fourier after blasting Deion Sanders. What did he say? That's next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at DenverSports.com/superfan. 'Superfan. That's DenverSports.com/superfan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And after a romantic Valentine's Day, I know there's a bunch of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. Am I right? Well, if I'm right, then let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally doing something special for yourself, this is where it all begins. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and the service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments of memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
President's Day means all 2025s need to go at Ziltahar Motors. This month, get up to $10,000 off or 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2025 Ford F-150s. Search all available 2025 inventory and pricing at sthmotors.com and get an instant quote for top value for your trade-in. Ziltahar Motors is Colorado's most trusted dealer for over 66 years. No cutting corners, no corporate games, just real deals from real people. $10,000 off your next F-150 at Ziltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303 Good Law.
Hey guys, boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-944-33, 720-944-33. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
I'm Katie LaSalle, 9 News Weather Impact Team forecaster, an outdoor enthusiast who loves to hike in Boulder County. I love preparing you for your day ahead. Whether it's tracking the frigid storm coming in or giving you the latest snow totals for your favorite mountain, we've got you covered. Because weather never stops, and neither do we. Make the move to Colorado's #1 streaming newscast. Make the move to 9 News Mornings. Weekday mornings, live starting at 4:30, anywhere you watch.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Oh my gosh. These fools behind the scenes here. Fools! Hey. Fools!
DG!
Oh man.
Shout out DG.
No, DG gets no shout outs. He's got a big enough presence that he's forced on us.
Talking about rookie hazing. I mean, Dante Gomez does a lot of rookie hazing.
Oh, my gosh. So we have a follow-up from a former CU Buffs great, Christian Fourier, after just blasting Deion Sanders about a week ago. Blasting him. And we talked about it. You got scolded by your wife.
Yeah. She was upset.
We need to get that on the iPad. The you sensitive little flower. We'll get it on there. But so Christian Fourier had some follow-up comments. Okay, he gave them both to USA Today in one interview, and he's been answering these interviews via email. All right, so it's like not over the phone. By the way, interesting guests will be joining us tomorrow over the phone that we'll talk about at.
I can't wait.
Yeah, call it like 12 minutes from now. So he responded to the Denver Post and USA Today. Christian Fourier did. Former tight end, former NFL or second-round pick, Patriot, Super Bowl champ, all that. And he said, I don't want Colorado to fail. I want them to succeed. But I find the head coach's priorities off-putting. I officially tapped out in April 2025 when athletic director Rick George allowed the University of Colorado to retire Shedeur Sanders' number 2 jersey, end quote. And, man, I wonder, and there's no way of knowing, and you would be much more educated on this following topic than I am. I wonder how many alumni that was kind of their final straw. Amidst the noise and the losing and the just the way that Deion is that has turned me off so many times. I wonder if they hung in there, but like that decision when you have someone like Darian Hagan.
No, oh Z, don't get me started, man. No, you're right. You're right. That was the final straw. That was the last thing you could do to this alumni. You know, I'm not gonna put a lot out there. But it's not like the alumni have been treated the best.
Right.
And so, and that's a fact. It's a fact. And then you add salt to the wound by adding a guy. You know, we knew that Travis Hunter was going to be put on there. Now, did he need to be put on there that soon? No. You know, like there's a hierarchy to it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like,
yep.
You know, there's levels to it. Go through the levels, and then you will be honored. There's so many of the great buffs, all right, the great Colorado Buffalo players that are waiting for their jerseys to be retired and may not ever get retired.
Right.
But you have someone like his son, you know, getting his jersey retired when he probably shouldn't have had it retired. Let's face it, like you didn't win a national championship.
No.
You did win a Heisman. But yet you're retired up
Did they
there.
win a bowl game?
They did. They did not win a bowl game. They got blasted by the
oh, that's right. That's
BYU.
right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
You win 9 games, not 10, right? So you don't even go to the college football playoffs, and yet you're getting your jersey retired if you're Shedeur Sanders.
Didn't go to the conference championship.
Didn't go to the conference championship. So there was no reason for that.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter, understandable. All right, won all the awards.
Yep.
All right, a 1 of 1. But the rest of it, no.
Well, let me just say this too. If you down the road wanted to retire Shedeur Sanders, because like he basically broke almost every quarterback record. So if you wanted to, like, okay, but that would have to be years from now. Doing it when he was still attending the school was wild.
And then you do it during a spring game. You don't even do it the right way. You do it during a spring game.
That's a good point.
Why is that?
I never thought about that.
You know what I mean? Because you didn't want all that attention at a regular game. Usually you're going to do it at a regular season game. Why would you not? If they're there, maybe after the season, you're going to have a big ceremony. You do it at a spring game.
I never even thought about it.
And a lot of people didn't show up anyway because it was cold. It just wasn't done right. It shouldn't have been done at all. So I agree on that one. A lot of the alumni were done with Deion Sanders in Colorado. Some of them said, hey, we are never going to give back to Colorado, by the way.
Yeah.
Talked to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Because of what Rick George and, Deion did by putting his son up there when he didn't have to at the time.
Well, more from Christian Fourier. He walked back a little bit the comments that rubbed you the wrong way of that saying he was stupid at times.
Just the personal comments.
Yeah, it seemed personal. He said, quote, I did not mean to imply Deion Sanders lacks intelligence overall. As a marketer and self-promoter, he is a genius. He built an empire around his name and created a real revenue stream that benefits his entire family, especially his kids. That's extraordinary and worth admiring. if you evaluate him strictly as a football coach, the guy who's paid to be an expert in the game itself, you know, all those details that win or lose games on Saturdays. This is a great finish. He says, I'll be polite and non-confrontational. I'd call that part of his profile a developmental need, end quote. That is gold.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
This is a performance-based business.
Yep.
And Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes have not won enough games. They had one really good year. Haven't had one since. Last year, it was horrible. If they have a bad year this year, then what?
Yeah.
Then what?
Then the one good year is the outlier. If it's not now, because you have 2 terrible years and 1 good year. If you have 3 terrible years and 1 good year, it becomes more glaring. And you know, it's under new leadership up there. He's got a new boss up there. And so I'm fascinated by this scenario. I really am. Truly, and I know some people, you know, Will came in here the other night, was like, man, my interest in CU is like at a 2 out of 10. Like, I really don't care anymore. I'm fascinated and interested in just a different kind of way for this coming year.
Can the Buffs get back to the top? At least 8 wins. Drew wants 9. I want 9 too. Get 9 wins. But if not, what happens? The seat better start getting hot. That's any other coach out there. It's a performance-based business. You must win to keep a job.
All right, yesterday we talked about where Bo Nix ranks amongst his draft class. Today we'll look at the AFC in which he plays. Where does he rank there? That's next.
Has the rubber officially met the road for Coach Prime and the Buffs?
They have to win 8 games this year. They have to be competitive. You had the Heisman, you had your son, you revamped the team, you revamped the coaching staff. Now it's time to go to work. Now it's time to win games. There is no more excuses. Enough's enough.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt, eliminate the stress, and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That is a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Call them today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Still haven't filed your taxes? You're not alone, but the longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties, interest, letters, none of it goes away on its own. At Advanced Tax Solutions, resolving IRS problems is all they do. Whether you're a year behind or 10, their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, stop the stress, and help you get back on track. Don't let another day slip by. A quick call could mean a quick resolution. Contact my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions today and take control of your tax situation before the IRS does.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces UNLV starting at 9.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a hump day. Appreciate you guys rocking with. That first hour did fly by. Some good conversations. I want to shift gears here. Before we do, I want to give you guys probably about just almost exactly 24 hours heads up of a guest that we're going to have on tomorrow that is different. It's definitely different. It's definitely out of the box, if you will. And we are going to have on Councilwoman Jamie Torres tomorrow at 3:15. Say, what the heck?
Yeah, like, explain that a little bit, Z.
Councilwoman Jamie Torres is the city council representation for District 3. Why is that important? Because District 3 is the district that will house the preferred stadium site for the Denver Broncos, Burnham Yard.
Mm.
And so she is representing the people of that district. And I'm just curious, if you are representing the people of that district, what are the concerns? What are the upsides to a stadium in your quote unquote neighborhood or smaller region? And just some of the things that we can just sort of talk to her and just sort of gauge, hey, what is the vibe, around this Broncos preferred site, Burnham Yard, and if it didn't happen, what would maybe prevent it from happening, or is that maybe not even on her radar? Again, what are concerns? What are the benefits? And
all the information that we've been asking maybe we can get some answers to.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 3:15, Councilwoman Jamie Torres from District 3, and we'll and actually, you know what? Maybe in the first portion of tomorrow's show, or even right now, if you had a question for the Councilwoman, what would it be? All right. Where does Bo Nix rank among AFC quarterbacks? All right. We yesterday spoke about where he ranks in his draft class. Where does he rank in his conference? All right. I think that initially, Phil, maybe we could identify who we know for sure is ahead of Bo, and not so we're not spending a ton of time.
No, for sure.
On why Bo Nix is behind Patrick Mahomes.
No, for sure. I went down and actually, wrote 10 quarterbacks, like the best 10 quarterbacks, I think. I went that route. But
okay.
For sure, the guys that are in front of Bo Nix, let's go ahead and let everybody know who we believe is better than Bo Nix right now.
Like definitively better.
Yes.
So you would have to start with, I think, the Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
Okay. You would have to go to Josh Allen after that. Okay.
I'll give you that. I don't have him like that. I have Josh number 3, but here we go.
Joe Burrow after that.
I can't go with you on that one, but yes, he's better than Bo.
What do you mean you can't go with me on that?
Lamar's number 3.
You think Lamar Jackson is still better than Joe Burrow?
Lamar Jackson had a down year.
You could say that again.
He did, but Joe Burrow did too.
Did he?
Yes, he was hurt for the majority of the year with a little toe.
That's
real.
That's different than having a down year, being injured.
Oh no, Lamar was injured too. He barely practiced.
I can help you out with this.
Hamstring.
Lamar was terrible this year.
Oh,
Lamar was terrible.
Come on.
Terrible.
Oh,
Capital T. Terrible.
It's okay. It's about we're doing this when we're ranking these quarterbacks. We're including for Bo Nix 2 years, correct? Not just this year.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. 2 years of sample size.
All right. So Lamar had one bad year. You're trying to say terrible.
I'm just needling you. Lamar is yes, definitively ahead of Bo.
Yes.
After that, you go to.
Can I say a name?
Sure.
Trevor Lawrence. I have Trevor Lawrence in front of Bo right now.
That's fair.
For what he did this year, and then actually the simple body size throughout his years. Trevor Lawrence actually went to another playoff appearance.
He did
too. And right now Trevor Lawrence is playing some great football, and I think he's going to continue that because of who the coach is over there.
And coming off a great year.
4,000-yard
passer, check. 29 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. Now my issue with Trevor Lawrence is he takes too many sacks. And that's a superpower for Bo, but I'm not going to give you too much pushback on that. Trevor Lawrence, and again, we have to try to go about this objectively. And the way, I know we're not speaking on behalf of any other market, we're doing this job in Denver, but sometimes I do try to ask myself, okay, if you were going to present to 31 other markets, Trevor Lawrence or Bo Nix, it would be a strong, overwhelming vote of confidence in favor of Trevor Lawrence.
See, we're trying to be fair.
Trying to be fair.
I'm trying to take the orange glasses off and be fair. This is an evaluation of Bo Nix in year 2.
Yep.
He still has a bunch of years to go to where he could be number 1 at some point if he really wants to and he puts in the work. But right now, he is not number 1. Not number 2, not number 3, not number 4, not number 5.
Correct. All right, so after Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, what about, and I know because I know how this is going to be received because of how he has performed in the postseason, Justin Herbert.
So this is where I'm taking in consideration playoffs as well. And Justin Herbert is horrible in the playoffs. He's phenomenal in the regular season. But for that reason, because he's been in the league as long as he has, and he still has not won a playoff game yet. Insane to think. A franchise quarterback like that, he is not over Bo Nix. He is not over Bo Nix.
He's not over Bo.
No. Bo Nix, okay, in year 1, took a team that has been down and out. We didn't see a playoff appearance for how many years was it? Was it
9 or 10?
9 or 10 years.
Yep.
He comes in there, of course, there's more to the story with the defense with Sean, but we're talking about the quarterback right now. Goes 10-7. Puts his team in a wild card situation. They lose, but he's there.
Yeah.
Second year.
Justin Herbert's been there as well, though.
14-3. Justin Herbert has never been 14-3. Has never been as close as Bo Nix to get into a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We're talking about Bo Nix.
Are we overreacting to one playoff game with Bo?
No.
Okay.
No, not for me. Maybe for you. Maybe for you.
It was damn good.
Justin Herbert.
No. It was damn good. That's why I actually had Bo Nix ranked over Drake May in his class, because of how bad Drake May performed in the playoffs, and I watched Bo Nix outduel Josh Allen and win a playoff game. So
where are you going to put Justin?
Okay, we can leave him out. We can leave him out for now. Anybody else definitively ahead of Bo Nix? C.J. Stroud?
No, C.J. Stroud has struggled. Actually, he's regressed over time. I don't know what's going on over there.
I agree with this, actually.
Get his act together, or he's going to be traded at some point.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is too damn old. All right, although he took his team to the playoffs.
Yeah, he had a good year.
You saw what they did to him in the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans. Oh my.
Yeah.
I can't put
Rodgers this year had a better than 3-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah.
Completed a really high percentage of his passes, about 66%.
But do you think he's better than Bo Nix?
No, I don't. Not right now. I don't. Who else definitively better? I think that might be it from the AFC.
And then, of course, you have Drake May. But we ranked Drake
behind Bo. Yesterday. And if you missed that conversation, some of the substance we are drawing from is more touchdown and this is 2 years. This is not just about 1 year. Bo Nix, number one in his class, touchdown passes. Less of an interception percentage than Drake May, even though the raw number is a larger number of interceptions. Bo had number one in attempts this year, so less of an interception rate than someone like Drake May. Significantly less of a sack rate, number one in his class by a country mile. And the most wins. So the most wins, the most touchdowns, less of an interception rate, and significantly less of a sack rate. And the tiebreaker for me was how Bo Nix looked in his playoff game versus how Drake May looked in his playoff games. I mean, it was bad. B-A-D. Bad for Drake May.
On top of that, it's the clutch moments, right? The eight fourth quarter comebacks for Bo Nix. 10 comeback from behind wins. Like those things like that matters if you're going to be an elite quarterback. Somebody like Josh Allen, someone like Patrick Mahomes, where in the fourth quarter you can rely on them and you're scared to death that they're going to be the reason why you lose that game.
Yeah, he's kind of a psycho. He's a little bit of a psycho. I mean, we saw this guy smiling, laughing, like sadistically in closing moments of games where he was on the sideline getting ready to go back in the game and win the game and looking like unfazed. Dante, you yesterday had a big-time issue with us ranking Bo Nix ahead of Drake May. But I was thinking of you last night on the way home. If you had, and I'm not saying this is the true north for a compass for making a decision, but as someone who staunchly believes that Drake May is better than Bo Nix. 1:47 left in a game. You're down 4.
Ooh.
Would you rather have the ball in Drake May's hands or Bo Nix's hands?
I mean, that's a different question, but
It
maybe
is.
Bo Nix.
And that's why I had to set up in the preface, because it's not some all-encompassing true north to help you decide. You don't need help deciding. You think Drake May's better. But that question, I think, is meaningful.
I think that the answer to that question is Bo Nix. And I asked you yesterday in one of the commercial breaks, what attributes does Bo Nix have that are better than Drake May's? And you did say the clutch factor of it. And I agreed with you on that yesterday.
You did.
I think that is one factor that Bo Nix has over Drake May.
Athletic ability as well.
I mean, Drake May ran for more yards.
Yeah, but also we were telling Bo to run the ball. Bo refused to run at the beginning of the year. I don't know why he did that.
Yeah, he was very reluctant runner this year for most of the season.
Who would you rather have running, Drake May or Bo Nix?
See, I don't know. Man, Drake May is like, when he takes off, he looks a little bit like Josh Allen. He's just a massive athlete. Now, we don't have Bo Nix's 40 time, right? Because he didn't run at the combine because he was dealing with an injury. So I don't know what Drake May's is. Dante, maybe you can help us out and look it up, see if you can find it quickly. But
I think Bo Nix is faster than Drake May. He's more compact. He's lower to the ground. You know, that burst is there. Drake is big, lumbering, like Josh. I don't think Drake May is as athletic as Josh Allen. Now, he can move. He can scoot a little bit.
No, he's not as good as an athlete as a healthy Josh Allen.
No.
Which obviously, he was still making plays with his legs with a broken foot there in the divisional round.
I know, man.
Yeah. So okay. So the quarterbacks in the AFC that are definitively better, we believe, than Bo Nix: Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence.
That's 5 of them.
And you, Dante, you got the 40?
I do. So this is the AI answer on Google, but it says Drake May's is between 4.5 and 4.6, and then it says Bo Nix is around 4.75. So just like 0.1 second faster, Drake May.
Yeah. I think eye test, though, Bo looks faster than Drake.
He has shorter legs.
He does.
Yeah, he does have shorter legs. That was a dig. That was a Dante dig.
Well, I'm saying that's why he looks faster.
Yeah, well, he might, but he's also really
Or maybe
damn
he's
fast.
just faster. Maybe
I just
maybe
gave
my
you the
man's just
numbers,
faster.
Phil.
Well, you gave the AI numbers,
Yeah.
and we've seen how that has tripped
Bo
us up
Nix
in the
did
past.
not run in the 40 in the combine.
Did he have a pro day? Did he run at the
He
pro
didn't
day?
run in his pro day either.
Okay. Okay. So who are the 50-50 quarterbacks in the AFC after Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Lamar, Trevor that are debatable with Bo? I think it's Drake May.
Yep.
Is debatable. You go to Cleveland. There's no one there. We already said no for Rodgers in Pittsburgh. No for C.J. Stroud in Houston.
Nobody in Miami now because you don't know what's going to go on with Tua.
What about Daniel Jones?
Ooh, Daniel Jones. And we actually talked about Daniel Jones earlier today that it seems like they may be trying to get something done, Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
Because he had a really good year before he ended up rupturing his Achilles.
Yes, he did. I mean, he was really good.
And
really
Daniel
good.
Jones is sneaky athletic as well.
He is.
He can move.
He's a very good athlete.
Would he be over Bo? You know what? I'm gonna put Daniel Jones over Bo because of what he has done. Because we forget that Daniel Jones took the New York Giants to a playoff appearance as well, and I think they won that game. They won their first playoff game, went to the next round. Daniel Jones actually had a really good year that year, along with Saquon Barkley. And then after that, it didn't amount much for Daniel Jones there.
No. Daniel Jones is a more accurate quarterback than Bo Nix. He's a comparable athlete as Bo Nix.
Yeah. Been around the block a little bit longer, too.
Yeah, for sure. But been around the block doing what? You know what I mean? Like, largely. I'm not going to put him over Bo Nix.
No?
I don't think so. Dante, Daniel Jones or Bo Nix?
I think it's a toss-up. I think that's kind of, do you like vanilla or do you like chocolate? I don't think there's one definitive answer there. I like Bo Nix that he's younger than Daniel, or I guess I assume he's younger than Daniel Jones is.
He is.
So I like that factor of it, and I like that there hasn't been bad tape the way that we've seen really bad tape of Daniel Jones.
Well, if it's a toss-up with Daniel Jones, and Daniel Jones has been in the league longer than Bo Nix, then we're going to have to give it to Bo because this is only year 2 for Bo.
I think so.
All right,
I think so.
Okay, so Daniel Jones under Bo.
There's really no one else in the AFC outside of the 6 that we named. And I know someone out there is giving pushback on Trevor Lawrence, but I went with you on that. Outside of those guys, there's not really anyone definitively ahead of Bo.
So that's number 6. So Bo would be number 6 because you had the 5 is Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. After that, it would be, we're saying right now, Bo Nix. That's number 6.
Is he the 6th best quarterback in the AFC?
I believe he is. He's better than Aaron Rodgers. I think right now he's better than Drake May, although Drake May had a really good year and he almost won the MVP.
Yeah, that's a toss-up. And by the way, I think that most people around the country would take Drake May over Bo Nix.
Oh, for sure.
Most people around the country.
You know what? But shame on them. Justin Herbert's another one that we left out of it, or at least I left out of it.
Gosh, that's another one that's like, dude, it's like, oh, man.
But we're taking in consideration of like what they look like in the playoffs.
Justin Herbert is damn good, dude.
He is. Don't get me wrong. He is. I love me some Justin Herbert. But Bo Nix, the other Duck, both of them were Ducks. Both of them wore 10.
Yeah.
But Bo Nix in 2 years has done some amazing things. And this is only in year 2. He's only going to get better with more weapons around him, more seasoned, understanding the game just a little bit better. Now he has to stay healthy, utilize those legs at the right times, utilize the run game more than he's using his arm, which that's on Sean Payton. Get a run game in here. Get a tight end for this man. Put a tight end in the run game with Bo Nix the whole year. Oh, we Super Bowl bound, baby.
Oh, God.
Justin Herbert is a shell of himself come postseason. I do not believe in Justin Herbert in the postseason.
On the RamosLaw.com text line, guys, Bo Nix is average. You guys act like he's a god. No. No, that's not true. But I also don't think that it's fair to call someone average who literally has won the most games of any starting quarterback in his first 2 years in NFL history. That's literal. That is a literal statement. I don't think it's fair to say that he's average when his first year in the NFL he threw more touchdown passes than John Elway did in any season. Now, do I think that Bo Nix is God's gift to the position? I don't. Do I think he's the best quarterback in his class? I don't. Do I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the AFC? I don't. But I also want to put a level of respect
yes.
about this young quarterback that, I mean, guys, he did. And this is coming from a Josh Allen, like someone would say super fan.
Yeah, truther.
Like, truther. He was a reigning MVP.
He was.
Bo Nix outdueled him. Like, that happened. You can't put that toothpaste back in the tube. So I try to be measured with my commentary and my tone when it comes to Bo Nix. But at the same time, I don't want to look under every stone and find reasons for things that he's not,
Look,
if that makes sense.
At the end of the day, Z, I want a quarterback that's going to lead this team to victory, that's going to win football games. 10-7 his first year in the league as a rookie. It's very hard to do, by the way. All right, I played with multiple rookie quarterbacks that just don't know what they're doing. They're scared. They're supposed to be like that. Bo Nix was just a little bit different. When you're in your year one and you're able to win 10 games, you're able to go back and forth with your head coach.
But here's the thing, too.
Come on.
Phil, here's the thing, too. You asked the question 10 different times during the Broncos' 14-3 season. What's the identity of the offense?
Yes.
It was mostly Bo, and that was the same identity his rookie year. He is the best playmaker that the Denver Broncos have. Does he need to work on his accuracy?
Of course.
Yes. Does he need to work on the downfield stuff? Absolutely. Does he need to iron out the consistency issues? 1,000%. But at the same time, man, I mean, no one's had more fourth quarter comebacks in the last 2 years than Bo Nix.
10 total game-winning drives, 8 fourth quarter comebacks. Ask yourself this: are you winning with Bo or because of Bo Nix? And I just put it out there, when you have 8 fourth quarter comebacks and you win those games, it's because you have a quarterback. Bo Nix is that guy. We sit here and say he's a franchise quarterback. Now, is he Josh Allen? No. Is he Patrick Mahomes? No. Is he Lamar Jackson? Hell no. But he wins games, and that's the name of this game, is winning games, trying to get to a Super Bowl. Bo Nix was 1 game away from the Super Bowl, and the reason why, my take on it, the reason why the Denver Broncos did not get to the Super Bowl was because Bo Nix got hurt that last game of the year.
Well, here's the thing. The Bo Nix, I'm not going to say haters because it's very fair to be critical of Bo Nix's shortcomings. There's going to be detractors that are clinging to the initial draft forecast and what they believed Bo Nix was going to be, who he is and what he was going to be. The only way probably for Bo Nix to get the seal of approval from everyone, where, you know, and I know there's detractors of someone like, I'll use Josh. Someone like Josh Allen. You know, some people hate Josh Allen, think he stinks. I listen to our midday show, they think he stinks.
I don't know why.
But most, like, he's like unanimously like, yeah, that's a real dude. Yeah, that's a Pat Mahomes. Like, we don't debate about it. Lamar Jackson. Well, there's some debate about it. A little bit.
I'm gonna let you slide on that one.
But the way to just silence it all is just to go do it again.
That's it.
And go play in the Super Bowl.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. But we're reacting off of 2 years. In 2 years, my take is Bo Nix in the AFC is the 6th best quarterback in the AFC.
6th in the AFC. Is that where we land?
Yep, that's where we land. Unless you got Justin Herbert.
I'm going to put Justin Herbert over him.
Okay, so then for you it would be 7th.
Yeah, I'm going to put Herbert over him. And I think most people would.
And that's fine.
And I'm not saying Herbert's a perfect quarterback.
Oh, he's damn sure not.
He needs to figure out his postseason stuff. But I can't put Nix over Herbert. I'm not going to put him over Trevor, Lamar, Burrow, Josh.
I'm going to tell you this, because if Justin Herbert has another solid year, which he will in the regular season, and he gets to the postseason and loses again, when is people going to start saying that he's a bust? Because you have to win. You have to win, Z. At least a playoff game.
I got 1,000%. Now I don't want to be his defense attorney, but how would Bo Nix look if he was down Garrett Bowles and Mike McGlinchey?
Hey,
Probably-
would you say about
probably not that great.
Would you say about the Denver Nuggets?
No one cares.
Exactly. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You have to find a way. And I guarantee if we go back in time, there's been multiple quarterbacks that have been dealing with major injuries and found a way to at least win one playoff game.
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's going to have to find a way.
All right, so there's 16 quarterbacks in the AFC. There's 16. I have Bo 7th. You have him 6th.
Yep.
I do not think that's treating him like a god. It's right in the middle of the pack in the AFC. Now, if you start incorporating NFC quarterbacks, we can have some fun with that tomorrow. Where does Bo Nix actually rank league-wide? All right. What is the latest from our Avs in Italy? We'll give you that update next.
If the goal is to win a Super Bowl,
Hey, let's go, bring it out!
do the Broncos need a new top target in the wide receiver room?
What he brings to the table, I do believe that he can be your main wide receiver on a championship team. All he does is work. He's a great leader for that football team. I'd like to see more, but I really do like Cortland, and he could be the main guy on a championship team, no doubt about it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay, plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Hey, what's up? It's Zach here. And if you're looking for your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cybersecurity must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through March 22nd, switch to Comcast Business and get started with 150 megabit internet plus Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or ask how to lock in your rate for 5 years on a qualifying internet bundle and get a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. For a limited time only. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. Requires paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99 plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Hi, Flo here to say that Progressive knows that life can change quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, like when I have to take my ex off my policy.
Oh, sorry. But yes, we can do that.
And can you send them a message and tell them that they have trust issues that they need to work on?
We don't really get in the middle of these conflicts.
Also, can you let him know that I was faking interest in his band and it's probably time to grow up?
I'm not gonna do it. Just know that with Progressive, you can easily make changes to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Also, I'm staying in touch with his mom because she's absolutely lovely.
Bad idea.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces UNLV starting at 9.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
Hearts come off the top rope with it! 1! Alrighty. So, holy smokes. What's going on in Italy right now on the ice for our Colorado Avalanche is historic. Like, quite literally. Now, we talked about this yesterday, that all 8 members of the Avs have scored goals.
Yeah.
All right? It's very unusual. To have 8 guys represented, it just in general is nuts. And it speaks to, like, the all-star nature of who the Avs are. We got another chapter today. And Drew Spivak is with us as well. And, Drew, you've watched basically, like, every minute of these games, right?
Yep.
So, earlier today, we had Czechia and Canada go at it. So you had Marty Necas going up against Cale Makar, Taser, McKinnon. Necas put on a show. Necas is like making history for his home country. McKinnon, like, Drew, how would you summarize? Because I didn't watch every minute of the game. How would you summarize what you saw earlier today?
I would say a Czechia team that came in not scared at all of the Canadians, who they basically commented the last couple of days like, hey, we know this might be the greatest hockey team of all time. They didn't care. Ratko Gudas of the Ducks had an unbelievable game. Marty Necas, like you said, unbelievable game. He's been the third best player in this entire tournament.
Crazy.
Behind McDavid and Macklin Celebrini. And that's how good Marty Necas has been in this tournament. But Canada finds a way, but they kind of got, like, it probably should have got to the point where it gotten to, because Czechia actually had a goal. Andre Palat scored a goal.
Yes.
Where
my
Czechia
gosh.
had 6 players
This is nuts.
on the ice, basically the entire time, also including the celebration.
That is
after they scored the goal. They had 6 dudes on the ice.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Now the pass that set up that goal came from Marty Necas.
Yeah.
Just left it, just dumped it off in the sexiest way. But that would have been so controversial if that Czechia team knocked off Team Canada, who Canada just dominated them. What was it, 5-0?
5-0 in the preliminary round,
in the prelims, and Necas said, well, we knew that they were going to beat us because, well, I'm paraphrasing. He said something along the lines of, like, we knew we weren't going to beat them 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
So we had to lose this one so we could beat them.
Exactly.
And he almost manifested that.
And Nate just had a chance with about a minute left in the game.
Was stoned,
It was stoned by Jordan Binnington on a great backhand from Necas. Just incredible tournament for Marty Necas. Unbelievable.
I'm just excited our guys are out there playing their butts off. I'm excited that Necas is doing what he's doing, because now it's like, hey, there's no excuses. You come back to daddy, right? You come back to the Colorado Avalanche, the exact same thing should be going on where you're dominating. That goes with Kale, that goes with Nate Dogg, that goes with Gabe. We got to get the power play going, but it's fun to watch these guys fight for the country when it comes to sports.
It's nothing but power plays. Or power play goals, because Necas scored on a power play earlier today, did he not?
I don't think his was a power play.
I thought it was.
It might have been. It's so hard to find the stats for this Olympic tournament. It's not easily accessible like a lot of the NHL ones have been.
Or maybe he assisted on a power play, and then McKinnon scored on a power play, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Earlier today. So it has been absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts to see the success of these guys.
Well, guys, if you want to get down technically, the Avalanche representation in this tournament have 16 goals
16
so far.
goals.
Come on.
Double what the second best team is, and that's San Jose with 5 of them coming from Macklin Celebrini.
Right.
They got 8 total in the tournament.
Yeah,
so
8 total.
Unbelievable from everybody, including Joel Kiviranta has got 2 goals. A fourth-line winger for the Avalanche has 2 goals in this tournament.
How about Arturi Lehkonen?
Yeah, game winner today in overtime.
Game winner. And it was his second goal.
It was.
He scored the goal that tied the game.
Yeah.
What we're seeing right now is it's historic, quite literally historic. So we'll see how it shakes out with Team USA here. But goodness gracious, the Avs, well represented, but showing out in a way that even if you were the most bullish on these Avs showing out for their home country, I don't know if anyone saw this coming.
Hey, cup or bust. Cup or bust when everybody gets back in home, gets back in town.
No doubt. All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, so we saw Patrick Mahomes restructure his contract with the Kansas City Chiefs to create between $43 and $44 million in cap space. They are converting $54 million of his salary into a signing bonus, which lowers the cap hit to right around $35 million. This will be the 4th straight year that Mahomes has restructured his deal. They're basically kicking the can down the road, and Mahomes will count for an extra $11 million against the cap for the next 4 years.
Z, who doesn't want their money up front? Give me my $50 million in a signing bonus. That means it's coming to you half 1 month, another half the next month.
That is insane.
So, yeah, he's going to have a lot of money coming his way, and he's helping his team out. He's a team player. Tom Brady used to do that all the time, because at some point, you have all the money in the world. You want to win. You're playing this game to what? To win. In order to win, you got to have a team. It's not just about the quarterback. There's no I in Team Z. So, Patrick Mahomes doing it. Tom Brady used to do it all the time. I wonder who else is going to do it next. Maybe Josh Allen will do it.
Well, here's the thing, and I just need to shoehorn this in.
Go ahead.
You're saying he's a team-first guy
He is.
and all that, but he's getting all his money.
For sure.
He's getting every dollar he's getting. And he's getting it up front, which you said is the preference. So
I want it up front.
Yes, you're a team player, but you're not bending over backwards to take the $54 million.
I guess I'll take all this money right now.
I'll take it. All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right, Michaela Schifrin becomes the second skier ever to win gold in the slalom twice, doing it in 2014 at just 18 years old, and now 12 years later.
Crazy.
That is a huge gap in between gold medals. She also becomes the only American alpine skier to win 3 gold medals. Are you still watching the Olympics, or are you getting a little bit fatigued with it?
You know what? I'm getting a little bit more fatigued with it all around. I'm watching the hockey with the Team USA
Sure.
and all that, like, of course. But with all the other sports going on, it's just a lot. It's a lot, especially when you don't really understand what's going on in the sport.
Right.
You're like, let's go. But
It's a
you
lot
really don't know.
lot of curling, dude.
It is.
Lot of curling, and I'm kind of over it. The curling specifically. I'm also over the
Ice skating.
the luge.
Yeah.
You know, I'm good. I got my
two-man
4-year
luge.
fix. Yeah, the 2-man luge. I'm good. Yeah, so I'm still watching. I am. But I'll tell you what, man. If Team USA loses to Sweden and it's tied 1-1, man, my interest is going to take a nosedive, and I'll watch Canada for the Avs. If for some reason Team USA loses, will you be rooting for Canada?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm not going to root for Canada. I'm not going to root for whoever they're going to play. Let's just say Sweden's in there, Sweden-Canada. I don't know if that could be a matchup. I'm going to root for the players. Like, for example, Sweden with Gabe, and in Canada, the 3 guys that are there, Kel, Nate Dogg, and
Taser.
And Taser. Yeah, I'm going to root for them, and I hope they do well, but I'm not rooting for Canada to win.
Drew, as someone who's wearing a Team USA jersey right this second, if Team USA lost, would you be pulling for Team Canada?
I would, absolutely, yeah.
Damn,
especially
Drew.
the fact you got 3 Avs playing on that team, 3 unbelievably likable Avs playing for that team. Yeah, no question I'd be rooting for Canada.
I think I would too, man. I think I would too.
Of course you guys are.
But what if Sweden's still playing? Are you rooting for Gabe?
I'm rooting for Gabe. I'm rooting for Gabe.
Finland with Arturi Lehkonen still in this thing?
I mean, 3 guys on one team and have them so forward-facing. I mean, those are 3 premier Avalanche players. Probably 3 of the top, 7 guys on the team?
Yeah.
Obviously, and 2 being the top 2 on the team in Nate and Kale.
But I'll tell you this, like, whoever they play, that's going to be played at 6 o'clock in the morning, correct?
It is.
The gold medal game Sunday, yeah.
Team USA's not playing in that. I'm not waking my ass up at 6.
No, it's a good point. I'm out on that as well. All right, we, unfortunately, are in the middle of one of the saddest stories in the history of Denver sports. That's next.
After missing 16 games with a knee injury, is something wrong with Nikola Jokic?
I'm watching Jokic, and if you're just looking at the stat sheet, and Adelman's, quoting the stats after the game, and I got it. But if you know the standard that Jokic has set for himself for us to judge him by, I mean, we're just not seeing the best version of that guy right now.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. On behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, guys, intimacy, all right, and love, they're essential to a fulfilling relationship. Do not let erectile dysfunction get in the way of that. It can create strain, frustration, and even distance for you, for your partner. It doesn't have to stay that way, though. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic offers treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. I'm talking success rates well over 90%. All right, they've treated tens of thousands of men across Colorado, helping couples reconnect and rebuild intimacy, but also rebuilding confidence. All right, if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back the closeness that you've been missing. All right, your first visit with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is just $99. It includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. It's real simple, fellas. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. You have nothing to lose but ED. All right, expert staff, check. Real results, check. All right, 5 locations in Colorado to serve you, check. Call them, 720-440-7900, or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Hey, it's Zach By here. Protect your home with 5280 Exteriors and their James Hardy siding, Timber Tech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows. They also offer 60 months, no interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
We are in the middle of one of the saddest stories in the history of Denver sports. We'll get to that here in about 10 seconds. But first, calling all wrestling fans. We have your chance to go to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. It's the Superfan Send-Off presented by 303 Law 4040. Here's what you get. A pair of 2 nights tickets to the event, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. For more information and to enter, head to denversports.com/superfan. All right. I said we're in the middle of one of the saddest stories in the history of Denver sports. It's incredibly frustrating. There's a bit of highway robbery. I'm talking about Chris Bryant.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Chris Bryant. And we'll get to the sad part here in just a second. But this dude, Phil, is starting his 5th Rocky season on the injured list. Again, he's 34. It's a 60-day injured list, so that will ensure that he is going to miss the first 57 games of this season.
Man.
All right? He's battling, it's called lumbar degenerative disc disease. He signed a 7-year, $182 million contract in 2022. It's the largest in the history of the Colorado Rockies. He has appeared in just 170 games over 4 seasons. He played only 11 games last year before his back shut down on him just entirely. He drove in a single run in 41 plate appearances. So last May, Chris Bryant underwent an ablation procedure designed to, check this out, the procedure was designed to interrupt pain signals traveling from his back to his brain. He hasn't played since. The procedure was supposed to provide relief. Instead, here he is now currently meeting with doctors about what experimental options might remain for him.
Ooh-wee.
So this dude's contract, Chris Bryant, carries an average annual value, I can't believe this is true, of $26 million. All right? It's double that of any other player on the team. And he plays the least. He's still owed $78 million over the next 3 seasons. And so it's incredibly frustrating.
As a fan?
As a fan.
Yeah, and as for Chris Bryant, most definitely. I mean, he's the one that has to go out there and try to do this, and he wants to be out there. We sit here as a fan because I'm frustrated. I was frustrated when you brought it back up with Chris Bryant because it's like, damn, when are we ever going to see this man healthy? His best years are behind him. We know that. It was with the Cubs. He had a stint with the Giants, and he comes to us. But for fans, we're frustrated because we want to see him out there. But is that fair? Fair for us to be that way, knowing that man's going through a lot of pain?
A lot of pain. And I'm reading his quotes, and this is why, I'm starting to be like, because we've just crushed this guy, and rightfully so. Like, he robbed the bank without a mask. All right? That's basically what's happened here.
Well, the Rockies just gave it to him. He didn't rob it. The Rockies just gave it to him.
I'm glad you said that because Patrick Saunders of the Denver Post a year or two ago did a survey around Major League Baseball. And what he reported is that the Rockies paid Bryant $50 million more than the highest offer that he could find. So, yes, be frustrated with Chris Bryant, but this was not the market for Chris Bryant.
Oh.
Right? And so you're only worth what someone's willing to pay you. And the Rockies were falling over themselves to hand out the largest contract in the history of this organization. And it didn't make sense then to almost anyone in the sport at the time that the ink was drying. And it obviously is incompetent by definition looking back at this contract. But when I'm reading some of the quotes, this was him yesterday. Quote, "It's difficult. It's not easy waking up in pain every day. So now we're here just trying to determine next steps while I'm here with the training staff and the doctors." And he also said, usually in the progression, you start with the exercises, then you move to running. Anytime my feet hit the ground, I just feel like I could probably fall over, end quote. I know why this dude has become a bit of a villain in this town. But there is, and rightfully so, I'm not saying that shouldn't be the case, but there is a compartment of me that like just legitimately feels kind of bad for the guy. Because you can have all the money in the world. When you're waking up in pain, the dollars and cents don't wipe that away.
No. And I'm glad you bring that up because you're right. This man, he's going to have all the money in the world, but every day he wakes up, you don't know what he's going to get out of his body. Like that right there seems like that's miserable. You can't live life. That seems like you can't just enjoy life because you're always in pain. So, yes, you have the money, and you've done some great stuff. So we tend to forget that Chris Bryant has done some great stuff in the MLB.
It's true.
He hasn't with the Rockies, But that was on the Rockies to decide to fork up a lot of money for this man. That's not on him. But it does suck that he's going through all this, and people out there are still angry at him. He wants to be out there. I know he wants to be out there because he wants to try to prove everybody wrong. If you are a competitor in basketball, hockey, football, you're going to want to go out there and prove that you deserve the money that you were given. But when your body gives out on you, or gives up on you in this case, what can you do?
Yeah.
Can't do anything.
And it's crazy. At one point in time, this guy was one of the faces of the league. One of the faces of the league. And Warren Schaefer, the skipper, was asked about this yesterday. And this almost speaks to it. He said there's really not much to say about it other than the guy's back really, really hurts. And he's having a tough time progressing. We have to prepare like he's not going to play. That's just the way we have to go about it. Hoping that he has a recovery, a breakthrough, end quote. And that's basically what we're down to. You're going to need a breakthrough to see him in a uniform again. And I would just bet that breakthrough isn't coming. I would just bet that Chris Bryant has played his last game as a Colorado Rocky. And the shame of it is, in addition to how much he's benefited financially from the organization, dude, I can't remember a single moment.
Yeah.
Not a single moment. Not even just like a complete game where he went 4 for 4 and had a homer and a triple. And like, I can't remember a moment that Chris Bryant had that represented anything legitimate to the Rockies to help win a game.
Well, hold on. When we first got going, we were on opening day. Maybe I'm wrong. Was he the one that had the walk-off?
Oh, wait.
Was
that
he?
him?
I want to say it was.
It was a walk. Was it a walk-off grand slam or a walk-off home run?
I want to say it was a home run.
Oh,
and
man.
we were in, I forgot where we were at.
Yeah.
A bunch of people.
Yeah. It was a crazy party. Was that Chris Bryant? We have to find this out.
Because somebody did it. I know that for sure. Somebody did it. But I thought it was Chris Bryant.
Well, I'll do the house cleaning on that.
Okay.
I'll get the answer here shortly. But I remember that day. It might have been a walk-off grand slam. It might have been. It was definitely a walk-off home run. It might have been a walk-off grand slam. All right. Well, we'll see how this continues to go. I have like quite literally zero, not 1%, 0%. It was Ryan McMahon.
Okay.
Was it a grand slam or a home run?
It was a grand slam.
It was a walk-off grand slam. Opening day. That was like not this past year, but the year I think prior to that.
It was their home opener 2024.
Yeah, 2024. Wow.
I was hoping Chris Bryant was that one, just for a moment.
No,
so you're right.
Again, I literally can't think of a moment from Chris Bryant. It's highway robbery, but it's also
sad.
It's also kind of sad. Yeah. All right. Shifting gears here. I have another idea for the Denver Broncos when it comes to their new stadium. You'll hear it next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at DenverSports.com/superfan. That's DenverSports.com/superfan.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with with as little as 3% down. So if homeownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
This February, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
It's time to take care of you. Who better to help you do that than the top voices in well-being on Audible? Sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com/wellbeing.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces UNLV starting at 9.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, bottom half of the show here. As we are 2 hours in on a Wednesday, that means we are officially closer to Friday than Monday.
Let's go.
All right, that's always great. Bronco Stadium. All right. This is going to be a topic of conversation probably for the next few years, just like it's been a topic of conversation for the last few years.
As it should be. I mean, this is huge for the community, huge for the Denver Broncos. What does it look like? There's going to be a lot more commotion in Colorado because of it. People are going to be coming and going because of different events that are going to be hosted here. Yep. So, yeah, Z, I mean, it's big time.
Yep, and we'll be joined by Councilwoman Jamie Torres on tomorrow's show at around 3:15, who is the councilwoman for District 3 and represents the people of that district, and that's where Burnham Yard is. And so she is someone to talk to, and we could just sort of pick her brain about like about the people that she's representing. Like that's her biggest that's her biggest duty, is to represent the people who voted her in. So what are those people saying about the stadium site potentially coming to Burnham Yard, and what could potentially maybe hold it back? And so we'll talk about upsides, downsides, all that stuff with her tomorrow. Definitely a different angle on this story. But I'm going to move forward with the assumption that Burnham Yard is going to be the stadium site. All right. I do not believe that the Broncos would go to the lengths of really exposure on the topic if they did not believe that they're gonna buy the land from SRM Concrete, based out of Tennessee. They're gonna do the deal with Denver Water, and all this is gonna get done. So that's how I'm moving forward until I have other information. So with that being said, I have bounced 2 ideas off of you last week. The first one was the stadium needs a small museum. And I got this idea. I know I shared this with you, calling games for Albany over the course of 6 years. Got to see a bunch of awesome, stadiums and traveling around the country and doing that job. But Duke, Cameron Indoor had their own museum.
All about the history.
And man, and what history Duke basketball is. Well, you could say the same thing for the Broncos. So I think that when they build a new stadium, it should have a small museum in it. We talked about all the ideas with that. It doesn't have to be any bigger than the current team store. You could have, endless amount of Bronco highlights, on a big screen, from the drive to the helicopter play to Tebow to DT. I mean, just celebrating the rich history, and then just different artifacts. When I was in the small museum at Duke, they have, nets that were cut down and Final Fours and shoes and jerseys and all this stuff. You could do the same thing with the Denver Broncos. My second idea to you was statues are underrepresented in Denver sports. And in my experience going to Chicago to the United Center and being dwarfed by this huge statue of Michael Jordan doing the Jumpman logo, it's the coolest thing ever. And I don't see why going into the new stadium there can't be a massive statue of John Elway, out front. And you kind of gave some pushback at, hey, maybe a few statues.
Multiple statues. If we're going to have big statues or a statue sitting out there, make it even. One's an odd number. Make it even. Put 2 out there, all right? Or 3. Let's go. Well, if you go with 2, John Elway and Floyd Little, the franchise, let's just say, all right? And you go from there. But, yeah, put multiple statues out there.
And then I said, hey, if you're going to go multiple statues, why don't you line them up across from one another on like a walkway in?
I
and
like
it could be almost like pillars to the left and right of you, the pillars that made up the Denver Broncos and the history of the Broncos. So I have one more idea to share with you, all right? And then I'll probably zip
lying.
it.
You're lying. You're gonna come up with something tomorrow too.
Maybe. So here's my third idea. Tell me what you think about this. You build the new stadium. Right now, you go into like gate 1, gate 9. You can really personalize the stadium by, instead of going into gate 1 or gate 2, it should be, hey, you head right on through the Shannon Sharp entrance. Oh, the next one, that's the Tom Nalen entrance. Hey, that's DT's entrance. You're going through DT's entrance.
Yeah.
Instead of just arbitrarily having numbers on it, personalize it.
Well, in the penthouse, that's Greg Penner. That's where ZB's going to be. You're going to be in the Greg Penner.
I don't know about that. But I think that by personalizing it and having every entrance of the stadium represent a different historical figure for the Broncos would be really cool.
No, I actually love it. It's about bringing more creativity to the stadium. Saying Shannon Sharp, everybody knows Shannon Sharp. Everybody knows a Rod Smith or a Terrell Davis, of course, John Elway. And so when you're able to label it like that, it's like, okay, well, like you're getting an experience that you probably wouldn't anywhere else. Now, I don't know. Maybe somebody else is doing it. I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
But that's something like you add the statues in the museum, and then all of a sudden you're looking for your seat. Like what section? Like, no, it's the Shannon Sharp section. Go over there. Oh, okay, all right. Maybe a different color so that you know too, right? So it's not just looking for Shannon Sharp, but it's like look for red. So
I don't know if we
love
want
that.
red with the Broncos
No,
stadium.
that's true. Look for baby blue.
But yeah, I think it's a creative way to personalize it and make it truly unique and a one of none. Because I've never heard of that. Another idea within that same sort of concept is you're going to have in this, it's going to be like a little city. It's its own like little city.
Yep.
And instead of, and let me just reset how big it's going to be. 150 acres. A football field is around 1.3 acres. So think of like 113 football fields configured in their own way.
And you're talking about the district now, right?
Yes, the stadium district.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to have like, I would imagine, little street names. And I think that you could have, and even if they're not like official streets, okay, they're just like pretend and for design, but you could have like Super Bowl 32 Way, Super Bowl 50 Street. And if you wanted to get creative and rip off the last idea, hey, you could have Floyd Little Way.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that is just a couple ideas how to
be creative.
Yeah, and just personalize it and celebrate the rich history of the team instead of having arbitrary, hey, gate 1. Hey, whatever the name of the official street would be within Burnham Yard, you could get creative with it. In your opinion, question for you and question for Dante. In your opinion, what would you rather have in your honor? A statue or a street named after you?
I think I'm going to go with the statue if they get it right. Now, we've seen some of these statues, like the Dwayne Wade one that was horrible. Ronaldo was another one where it's like, what the heck are you doing, Cristiano Ronaldo?
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. That was
like,
crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
But the statue, it lives forever, and it's your face, it's your body. So when somebody walks by, it's like, wow, that's Zach Bye. That's Dante Gomez. I did not know he was that ugly. Right? That's what you want to see, and it's something that your kids can see. So I would go with the statue, me personally.
Dante, would you rather have a statue in your honor or a literal street named after you?
I would go a statue as well. I just think that there's never going to be a negative connotation towards a statue, but let's say it's a street that you have to take to work every day and there's traffic. It's like, oh, I hate taking Phillip Lindsay Drive to work every day.
There was a murder last night on Phillip Lindsay
Yeah,
Drive.
exactly. The statue is only going to have good memories associated with it.
Yeah, I think that I think I agree, but I feel like if you had a street named after you, it just comes up in every day.
Yeah.
Like, so you take that left at Phillip Lindsay Way, like you're referring to it more as opposed to one like dedicated spot that's like the head of a pin. It's just that location. But at the end of the day, I think a statue is just really freaking cool.
Unless somebody doesn't like you, and then when it's late at night, they go in there and mess your statue up.
Right. That's
You're
true
like,
too.
What are you doing?
That's true too. All right. If you want to react to any of that conversation, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Okay. There's a bit of a myth, I think, when it comes to the Broncos offseason, and my guess is there's going to be a big pocket of Broncos country that's about to learn it for the first time. Details next.
Has the rubber officially met the road for Coach Prime and the Buffs?
They have to win 8 games this year. They have to be competitive. You had the Heisman, you had your son, you revamped the team, you revamped the coaching staff. Now it's time to go to work. Now it's time to win games. There is no more excuses. Enough's enough.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Never have I ever called my sister
from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence Data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hi, I'm Brad Barnett, president and founder of Mountain High Appliance. Looking for the best deal in town this President's Day? Then stop by our Denver Clearance Center, where you'll find savings of 70% or more on open box, overstock, and discontinued appliances from the industry's best brands, including Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. Hurry in for the best selection, or visit us online and take advantage of these huge President's Day savings. When you think appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Sex, intimacy, love. These 3 things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for almost 50 years, my firm has stood beside families recovering from car accidents. We live here, we work here, and we fight for people here. Over the years, we've helped our clients win more than $1 billion, giving them the compensation they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, you don't have to face it alone. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WillHiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WillHiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach your friendly live agent. Donation's super easy and your car can be picked up by tomorrow. Call now or go to carsforkids.org.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Follow us on X at DEN Sports 1043 for up-to-the-minute information and opinions on all things Denver sports. Also, we can still call it Twitter, right? Denver Sports 1043 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports.
Mile High before the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
Which I was actually doing.
Cold too, right?
You know, at that time, it really wasn't that cold, dude. It did not get freezing cold till about halftime. And it really was compressed to like a 10 to 15 minute period. And dude, it dropped in a way that was like, whoa, what just happened here? And that was the last time we had snow in Denver, right?
Yeah, that's insane. You're right. Like that's the last time that we saw snow hit the ground, man. Insane, and we need it.
We do need it. We do need it.
You still watering that ground?
I just did it the once, but I am watering our trees.
All right.
I am watering our trees. So if I walked around Mile High before the AFC Championship game and the old man on the street just asking people questions, and I said, hey, are the Denver Broncos going to have more money to spend once they get out from underneath the Russell Wilson dead cap? I would venture to guess. I want to say 10 out of 10, but I'd say not. I'll just conservatively say I bet 9 out of every 10 people would say, yeah.
We're out of Cap Hill. Like, we're not dealing with Russell Wilson's contract anymore. We got a lot of money to spend, right?
Right. Not so fast. So the Broncos have less salary cap space this year than they did at this time last year. That's the reality of the situation. This time last year, the Broncos, despite absorbing Russell Wilson's $32 million dead cap hit, the Broncos had around $44 million in cap space. This year, they're out from underneath the Wilson dead cap hit, yet they have around $29 million in cap space, down from 44. That is a huge difference. In fact, it's around roughly 1/3 less spending power than they had this time last year. Like, interesting. So one way that they got creative and created that cap space for this time last year, and a reason why it's less than the Broncos currently have, was the contract extensions, Phil, and the way that they were structured. The Broncos did contracts for 10 of their own players over a 16th month period between, you're talking like late July 2024 through late November 2025. And here were the 10 contract extensions in order by the calendar. Quinn Miners got done first, then PS2, Jonathan Cooper, Garrett Bowles, Cortland Sutton, Zach Allen, Nick Bonito, Will Lutz, Luke Wattenberg, and Malcolm Roach. And those 10 don't even include re-upping DJ Jones a year ago on a 3-year, nearly $40 million deal on the eve of free agency.
So 11 guys being extended.
Yeah.
On one team. Damn. See, that right there, if you're a young guy like, let's say, Troy Franklin, Bo Nix is going to get his money, but Troy Franklin is like, if I do well, I'm going to get paid here. I don't have to go anywhere else. I'll never forget what my agent told me. My agent said, Phil, the Denver Broncos, because Elway was running the team at the time, the Denver Broncos, they're going to be your best opportunity to touch the football field, to try to find a way to make it in the NFL. But when it's time for you to get paid, they're going to be really hard to crack.
Yep.
And I wasn't worried about it at the time. I'm like, yeah, Mike, whatever. I need to get on the field.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about the money right now. I got 3 years to worry about that. 3 years come, and now it's like, okay, like they're going to reward me, right? Wrong. They didn't think like that. Now everybody thinks differently, but this here in Denver right now with George Payton, Sean, Greg Penner, they take care of their players.
Totally.
And now everybody wants to be a part of that because they know that, one, they have the money and they can take care of you. Two, they know that if you go out there and ball out, they're going to reward you for a player that's already been there. So you don't have to look elsewhere. You can stay home where you were drafted. That's a great part about being here in Denver with Greg Penner and George and what they're doing up there in the front office.
Yeah, they've really shifted, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, man. But also, people are concerned, right? Some people might be concerned about the money and say, well, how are we going to pay some of these free agent players, a running back, an inside linebacker, a tight end? Well, you know what? I got the answer for you. If you really need a little bit more money, you go to somebody like Zach Allen, like a Nick Benito, and say, hey, look, dude, how about we give you the money up front and a signing bonus? Restructure your deal. Give you $20, $30 million in a signing bonus right now. That means the first month you'll get half of it, and the second month you'll get the other half, right? Who doesn't want their money up front? So now that you're giving them the money, still the same amount of money, but now you open up the cap space a little bit more so that you can go out there and pay for a running back, maybe a slot receiver, and an inside linebacker. So there's creative ways to help the cap out. So for the Denver Broncos, they've done a great job of keeping their guys, building the foundation and keeping their guys home. And now they can go back to them and say, hey, we taking care of you. We taking care of you now. But now help us out a little bit. We're going to still give you the same amount of money.
Right.
We just need more cap space. So help us out.
Yeah, you can make that thing do a flip if you want to.
Do the mashed potato if you wanted to.
You know, the salad. Yeah, you really can. It's gosh, I remember learning about the in history class and the what the heck are they called? The amendments.
Yeah.
Right? You have like the Second Amendment, Third Amendment, and I remember learning about the or the Declaration of Independence rather. It's got an elastic clause. It's got see if I say this right, like elastic clause, elasticity, and it's sort of like pliable.
Stretches.
Yeah, you can stretch. Like, yeah, it says this right here, but you can stretch it and sort of fit this other thing into it, and that sort of reminds me of the NFL salary cap. Like, you can make, especially if you're liquid like this ownership group is, and you're able to make, convert things into signing bonuses and have it hit their account in 2 weeks, like, you can really make that thing do jumping jacks, do the mashed potato, all that stuff but here's what I think is interesting though. This was Sean Payton. This was Sean Payton in the season-ending press conference. Again, now we know, we have the understanding that the Broncos have less money to spend in this free agency period. As of now, about one-third less, about a third less than they had last year, around $44 million to around $29 million to spend this year, despite being out from underneath that dead cap charge. And Sean was asked about that, though, about going into the offseason without all the dead cap.
I think, like in any case, if I said I'm going to give you $50,000 to decorate your home or $200,000, the home's going to look nicer, I think, if you're a decent shopper, if you have more money. I think the same takes place with our sport. And I'm proud of the way everyone else handled it and looked at developing young players and didn't use it as a built-in excuse. We can find those all the time. So, but I think it's significant, and it's still important. We evaluate wisely, we draft wisely, we make these decisions regarding free agency with well thought out plans, and we go from there.
I definitely don't want to claim that Sean Payton didn't know this at the time that he answered that question, but he sounds of like one of two things. One, you didn't realize it, that you actually have less money to spend this offseason than you did last offseason when you were absorbing the dead cap. Or if he's already knows in his head that a bunch of restructures are coming, plus no dead cap.
And it could be, I'm going to go with number one. I don't think he knew.
No?
All right, he's not at the front office dealing with the numbers. What he's looking at is, all right, we don't have to deal with Russ anymore. There has to be some money on the table. And he's in the back of his head, he's saying, we're rich. We got Greg Penner. And then, of course, he's been around the block so many times. He knows that the deal, you can restructure the deals if he needs a little bit more money. But I think they're going to be aggressive. They have already said that. Sean and George, they're going to be aggressive. I think Greg Penner's going to give them the money if it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you go from there.
Greg Penner's quote was opportunistically aggressive.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be aggressive just for the sake of being aggressive, but if the right opportunity
presents itself,
you strike. So we'll see. We'll see what that looks like. Free agency less than 3 weeks away from where we sit right now. We're about a week out from the NFL Combine. And that is the first intersection of the NFL offseason where we are going to hear from Sean Payton. So we'll see all the play calling conversation and all that stuff, follow-up questions about Bo's comments, about his comments.
Ooh, Sean, I wonder if he's thinking of it right now. What is he going to tell us? Is he going to be mean to us? Or is he going to be nice to us and explain what he was doing?
That's a great question. Phil, I don't know. And does he? Oh my gosh, there's a handful of follow-ups. We'll circle back to this conversation a little bit later. But in the meantime, I have an idea for Sean Payton and the Broncos that has precedent and also serves multiple purposes to the quarterback position. That's next.
If the goal is to win a Super Bowl,
Let's go, bring it out!
do the Broncos need a new top target in the wide receiver room?
What he brings to the table, I do believe that he can be your main wide receiver on a championship team. All he does is work. He's a great leader for that football team. I like to see more, but I really do like Cortland, and he could be the main guy on a championship team, no doubt about it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And if you are dealing with joint pain and it's slowing you down, stop trying to push through it. The professionalism at RegenRx's Denver Clinic is on another level, guys. These guys actually built a real plan for you. I'm talking about Wharton's jelly for damaged joints, shockwave therapy to get the blood flow back going again. They map out exactly what you need. People always ask me, Phil, what should I expect at RegenRx? Simple, guys. Clarity. Everybody deserves some type of clarity. They walk you through every step. They show you the options, and then they even schedule a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling elite. That's why I send people to regenrx.co. Go check them out for yourselves. And listen, the consultation is completely free. You heard me, zero risk. If you're dealing with degenerative joints or long-term pain, RegenRx might be the answer for you. So go to regenrx.co, book that free consult, and see if the stem cell therapy is the right move for you. If joint pain is holding you back from work, from the gym, from your kids, don't wait. It's about quality of life. You matter. Invest in your future self so you can stay explosive, stay active, and stay present for your family. So give them a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit them at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Free barbecue? Yep, absolutely free barbecue. Hey everybody, Dan Jacobs, the barbecue lawyer at 303 Law 4040. It's 2026 and we are taking our free meal program to the next level, and I want you to help spread the word with me if you can. I got a brand new smoker, and this thing's a beast. It's over 6 feet tall, so we can cook that 1,000 pounds of free barbecue each and every month. Here's what you do. It's Eastern Hills Community Church, 4 to 6 p.m. every first and third Thursday. I'm smoking up delicious pulled pork or my addictive copycat Chipotle recipe, and we're serving it up for free. You just get in line, you pop the trunk, we put free groceries in your trunk, and then we ask you how many meals you need for the night. It's that simple, no questions asked. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. The barbecue lawyer's number is 303 Law 4040.
Looking for the best deal on TRT? Don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for a franchise or settle for one of those one-size-fits-all from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Synergetics and Low T Center, you can get powerful TRT dosed to your body and get it covered by insurance. Synergetics and Low T Center work with your insurance plans and customize each dose of TRT for maximum effectiveness and safety. It's TRT that actually works with your body. And this February, they're offering free testosterone tests and discounted peptides and GLP-1s to make getting your life back as easy as possible. Don't miss this opportunity. Go to Synergetics.com or LowTCenter.com to book an appointment online.
This month, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And You'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Hey, Brandon Stokely here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Does the air in your home feel like the desert? You don't have to suffer any longer. Get a brand new humidifier for the lowest price of the season. Everyone should breathe easy and healthy in their home. What are you waiting for? Call Rocks Heating and Air for a free, no obligation estimate. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks, Heating and Air.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Everything is getting more expensive. Gas, groceries, and especially rent, which can go up every single year. But as a homeowner, you have a secret weapon. While the world gets pricier, a fixed-rate mortgage stays exactly the same. That stability isn't just peace of mind, it's your family's financial foundation. American Financing understands home ownership creates wealth. Every monthly payment builds equity and stacks your net worth on autopilot. It's how the middle class actually wins the long game. Your home is a flexible asset. You can live in it, rent it out for passive income, or pass it down to your children. Renting gives you none of that. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants can help you get pre-qualified with no upfront fees. Call American Financing today and get a pre-qualification letter in 24 hours or less. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. Secure your rate, build your wealth, and get the cash you need. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces UNLV starting at 9.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, I have an idea for Sean Payton and the Broncos. It's got precedent. It serves multiple purposes to the quarterback room, the quarterback position.
Uh-oh.
To Bo Nix.
I thought we were secured at the quarterback position. Franchise QB, a solid backup. That's what we're looking for, right? A solid backup. We even got Sam Ehlinger.
We even have Sam.
We even got Sam. There's Sam.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so here's my idea. And I presented a similar idea. It wasn't this past offseason. I think it was 2 off seasons ago. So the 2024 offseason, I want to say. And it's the same idea. So Colts brass and Daniel Jones have expressed mutual interest in signing a new contract. All right, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of how many years, how much money. Both parties want it to happen. And why am I bringing that up? Because reports out of Indianapolis say that Anthony Richardson is expected to request a trade. I saw a separate report from a beat writer there that says he'd be shocked if Anthony Richardson was a Colt come training camp. And I think that, now this is a little bit out of the box, all right, but Sean Payton is just the coach for it. because there's already a precedent. I think the Broncos should trade for Anthony Richardson, okay? And it's not because I think he's some great quarterback. It's kind of the opposite. I don't think there's going to be a large market for Anthony Richardson's services. I just don't. He has got almost no polish playing the position. But what he is he is a freakazoid. The dude is massive. The dude is a combine superstar. Like you remember his combine, right?
Oh yeah. My man looked like Superman out there.
It was record breaking. We had never seen someone his size run the way that he did, jump the way that he did. But he's more athlete than quarterback. All right, that's why he was okay. One, he's going to be available. Two, it's not going to take a lot to get him at all. And the recent comp that I dug up, and I think it's very appropriate, it's 49ers quarterback Trey Lance, who got traded to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th-round pick. Denver just, not so maybe coincidentally, has an additional 4th-round pick.
They do.
This year. All right? You've seen Sean deploy Taysom Hill in an unorthodox way. Bo Nix has been getting banged up here. He's been here in Denver for 2 years. After season number 1, it was a cleanup on the ankle and fractures in his back. Season number 2, broken ankle, derails a Super Bowl
push
trip. And I think that as the years go on, I think for the first few years, like you want that running back running around. I don't know into year 3, into year 4, if you want someone like Bo and his injury history taking as many hits. I think that if you have a creative mind, which Sean does, we've already seen the precedent for it, this makes sense on a few different levels, honestly, Phil.
Z, I love it. I love having someone like Anthony Richardson come in here, have the quarterback rehab. All right, Sean has done it multiple times, even with the Denver Broncos, Zach Wilson being one of them, Sam Ehlinger right now being another one where Sam could have went somewhere else. Supposedly, he could have went somewhere else, decides that he wants to stay here in Denver because he's getting the rehab that he feels like he needs. So for Sean Payton to say, hey, look, let's give up a 4th, which I'm interested in seeing why you would give up a 4th. Okay, you love your draft picks.
Sure.
Why are you going to give up a 4th for a quarterback that's not going to play that much?
Oh, he's going to play.
But if he plays, then what are you going to do with Sparky, a.k.a. Jarrett Stidham?
So I'm glad you asked that.
What's going on with that? And have you given up on Jarrett Stidham after just one game this year in the playoffs?
No, I think Stidham is a solid backup. All right. I would like to have seen what would have happened if a snowstorm never came.
Yeah.
And the Patriots didn't have a 9-minute drive.
Is he better than Anthony Richardson as
yes,
well? Okay.
Yes,
All right.
yes. He's better than Anthony Richardson. 5 years ago, if we talked about this wouldn't have made sense. But we are now in the era of an emergency quarterback. And you could actually have Bo Nix as a starter, Anthony Richardson as the backup, and Jarrett Stidham as the emergency QB, already under contract. And if something actually happened to Bo Nix and he had to miss 2 months, I wouldn't want Anthony Richardson playing starting quarterback for 2 months for the Broncos. I'd want Stidham. But you would have that availability to, I think, maneuver the roster in a way that you couldn't even 5 years ago.
Well, here's the thing. With an emergency quarterback, now I may be wrong with this, an emergency quarterback can only play if the second-string quarterback goes down. So let's say Bo gets hurt. You have to go with Anthony Richardson because you can't just jump and say, oh, this is an emergency quarterback. That's not how it works. The reason why it was in play or put in place because of Christian McCaffrey in the 49ers in the playoff game against the Philadelphia Eagles. All the quarterbacks go down, and who's the quarterback? Christian McCaffrey. So they stopped that saying, hey, we can have an emergency quarterback. So I love that you're trying to cheat the system like you did in school. But I think we have to do our research on that. Now, I may be wrong, too.
Yeah, I actually don't know how that actually works, like the mechanism to where it doesn't your game day roster doesn't get penalized with a third quarterback.
Once upon a time, Uncle Phil over here was a quarterback.
That's true. It's true. And I guess if you had to take 3 to make this work, I mean, it creates a broader conversation that I'm not sure how that would work yet. But I think that to a couple different degrees, this actually makes sense. The precedent is there with Sean Payton. The market is not going to be there for Anthony Richardson in the starting role.
Yeah.
He needs the football rehab anyway, all right?
He does.
You can take some of the bumps and bruises off of Bo.
Damn, so you're just going to use this man up.
Yeah. He's a professional football player.
Just use him up.
He doesn't have a home. So you can bring him in. You can bring him in. It's not going to cost you a lot of draft capital. You could maybe get him for a 5th-round pick. I'm not sure. I mean, Trey Lance went for a 4th.
You love your draft picks. All of a sudden, you want to give one up for a 3rd-string quarterback?
If you are, and here's the thing with Richardson, he is such an athlete. He's such a weapon. I advocated the same thing 2 years ago for Justin Fields, who I don't think is a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think the same thing about Richardson. But you're such a freak of nature, there's a role for you on game day. And I wonder, because of the cost, because of Bo getting banged up, because of his availability,
Hey, look, I love it. I love that you're thinking outside the box to help protect Bo Nix. All I'm going to say is this. If we're going to go down that road, then we need to give up Jarrett Stidham, try to get something from him, because what you're saying is we've seen enough Sparky. We don't believe in him as a backup anymore. And you go with someone like Anthony Richardson, who could be your backup, but also he's getting the quarterback rehab, truly having the opportunity to play if something goes wrong with Bo, which has been the case multiple times, right? Last year something happened, although he played the full year. This year something happened, so hopefully nothing happens this year, but it's football. So I think the only way you can get this done is if you are done with Jarrett Stidham and you're ready to see somebody else be the backup quarterback.
Well, you wanted him to go have a chance to start somewhere.
I did, and I still do.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
And bring in AR-15.
All right, so we have a follow-up from the former CU Buff great Christian Fourier after blasting Deion Sanders. We'll tell you what he said. Also, yesterday we did the exercise where Bo Nix ranks among his draft class. What if we expanded that conversation to the AFC? That's all coming up as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
After missing 16 games with a knee injury, is something wrong with Nikola Jokic?
I'm watching Jokic, and if you're just looking at the stat sheet, and Adelman's, quoting the stats after the game, and I got it. But if you know the standard that Jokic has set for himself for us to judge him by, I mean, we're just not seeing the best version of that guy right now.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cecil Lammy here for SodaWeightLoss.com, and they changed my life so much. I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat thanks to SodaWeightLoss.com. I lost over 60 pounds a few years ago, and I'm never going back. Having my own nutritionist made all the results. A real person, so I could go with questions, concerns, and maybe just even sometimes just need some encouragement. Join Soda Weight Loss for a short time to have results that last a lifetime, just like me. Call them up at 1-866-800-SODA, SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, state of the art.
You're listening to Sports Talk Radio at work. So is your competition. So are your customers. Denver sports fans don't half listen. They argue. They text in. They remember stats from 1998. They remember who sponsors their obsession. Audio, video, or online. We've got every angle covered. DenverSports.com. Make your move.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth, and home show season in February is when homeowners make the smartest improvement decision before the demand hits. If windows are in your future, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton offers Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows built for strength, efficiency, and long-term value. And this February, you'll save 25% plus enjoy 12 months zero-interest financing. Visit windowsforyourhome.com or call them at 303-794-0490.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon. Hello? You won't believe where I am. Are you running? Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Need a plumber? Euro Plumbing has the lowest prices in town. Rock bottom prices on whole house repipes, sewer line repairs, even water heaters. 720-500-3000.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, as we march along here, we have a follow-up from former CU Buff great Christian Fourier, who made a bunch of headlines last week for going on the record and just crushing Deion Sanders, crushing him in a way that no a Buff alumni has.
Yeah.
He was like really like the first true voice of like going on the record in a major way that has a big platform and all that stuff.
And he's speaking, not probably he is, he's speaking for a lot of the alumni. That's why he went out there and you know, he said what he said.
Yeah. I think locally, Matt McChesney might be another one that has really gone after
really
Deion.
Vocal. Yep.
Christian Fourier, just different stature, you know what I mean? His voice just carries, and obviously made a ton of headlines. It was written about in several different national outlets. So he followed up, though, because the Denver Post followed up with an article that he responded to, and USA Today followed up with a piece that he responded to. And this is one of the responses he sent by email. He said, quote, "I don't want Colorado to fail. I want them to succeed. But I find the head coach's priorities off-putting. I officially tapped out in April 2025 when athletic director Rick George allowed the University of Colorado to retire Shedeur Sanders' number 2 jersey," end quote. And, you know, I probably knew this if I stopped to think about it longer than 10 seconds, but I would imagine, and you can help me out with this because you're tapped into that that whole world in a way that I'm not. I would imagine he's got to be speaking for a lot of CU alumni that was sort of tolerating what Deion's, you know, sort of vibe is, how he carried himself, how he all the different things that turned me off. They might have been turned off as well, but it's like, that's our coach. Like, we're rocking with him. But when he retired Shedeur's jersey, I would imagine that was a bit of a tipping point for a lot of alumni.
Yeah, Z, that was the last straw for a lot of the alumni. And I'm going to be real with you on that. I mean, once that happened, I mean, the amount of phone calls that I got. Yeah. You know, the upset players, the former players, some of them in tears. It just was not a good look at all for Deion to do that at the time he did it. Okay, we know Travis Hunter is going to be put up there and his jersey was retired because of what he has done. All right, he won that Heisman. Now, yes, Shedeur Sanders broke a bunch of records, but he doesn't get to just jump over some of the great, all-time great Buffaloes, all right, the ball players that were before him, and have his jersey up there just because his daddy said that's what he wants done. And I think that right there rubbed everybody the wrong way. It rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm not sitting here mad because I'm not going to make it personal like, oh, I should be up there. I know I'm not going to be up there. There's certain things, criteria you have to go through and achieve to be put up there. Now, with that being said, somebody like Darian Hagan, why is he not up there? Why is Shedeur Sanders up there before Coach Hagan? These are the things that are rubbing the alumni the wrong way. All right, not knowing the fight song.
Yeah.
All right, that's rubbing everybody the wrong way. So, yes, although I think that things were taken too far when it came to some of his comments, what he is saying is he's speaking for a lot of the alumni that are not agreeing with what Deion's doing up there, just in general, right, with the culture and building the culture and the solidified quarterback and identity, and then you're putting people and you're putting your son up there in the rafters. Like, it's not a great look for you.
Yeah, and just the timing of it. And you brought this up, and I never stopped to think about it. They retired Shedeur Sanders' jersey, yes, while he was still attending the school, which is just wild, but they did it at a spring game.
Yes.
And I never thought about that's not when you do something like that.
Yeah, why are you doing that at a spring game?
Why was it so rushed? Why was that whole process microwaved? It's almost like you if you like, you know, you're leaving office, you try to, like, you know, push a bill, you know, through or something like that, like under the cloak of night. Like, it had that kind of vibe to it. It was so rushed. It should have been done in a regular season game. And then it turns out it snows and it's freezing cold and
nobody really shows up because it's cold outside.
Right.
It just wasn't done the right way. And here's the fact for me, because I'm an alum. I was there before Coach Prime. I'm going to be there after Coach Prime is done, right? No matter when he is done, I'm going to still be a Colorado Buffalo. So just like Christian Fourier or any of these other Buffs, like, we want the Colorado Buffaloes to do well. We want them well represented, and we're going to be there for them. But that still does not mean we like what Deion's doing up there all the time and that he's doing everything the right way. Sometimes it's okay to be different, but when you start to everything has to be different, then say, okay, it's not making sense anymore.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you got to win. Performance-based business.
Totally.
All the talking, you can do all the talking, but you need to win. And if you don't win, just like anybody else, the seat starts getting hot. And if Coach Prime does not get his act together and start winning football games, which he's going to have another crack at it this year, my guessing is the seat's going to be hot, which it should be because what? It's a performance-based business.
Yep, pretty straightforward, cut and dry. And he also has a new boss, you know, making decisions. And so it's no longer Rick. Rick George. Another comment from Christian Fourier. He says, quote, as a proud CU alum who just wants the Buffs to win big and stay relevant for the right reasons, I hope he proves me dead wrong. I hope he shuts everybody up, builds something unstoppable and bolder and rubs it in my face. If he does, I'll be the first one out front saying, job well done, coach, and give him credit. Until then, though, for the love of Bill McCartney, learn the bleeping fight song, end quote.
Learn the fight song.
Wow. I mean, that was...
And the reason for that, just a little bit more context for that, Bill McCartney's statue goes up inside the practice facility, on the field. You have some of the former Buffs that were coached by Bill back in the day that came and showed up for that. You have Dion brought everybody that's a player right now at the time last year there to see the revealing of the statue. And you had the former Buffs at the end of it singing the fight song.
Oh, that's right.
And you had everybody that's playing in the game the next day just sitting there looking at the former players like, what the heck are they, what are they doing? They're talking a different language. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
Learn the fight song.
Man, one more follow-up comment from Christian Fourier. He said, I did not mean, because at one, pause from this, when his comments that were going viral, one of the things that maybe you weren't a fan of, I saw that Charles Johnson, CJ, wasn't really a fan of, is that you guys felt like it took a personal tone because Christian Fourier said some version of, like, he's... was it stupid?
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid, not intelligent. I think another one was not very bright.
Okay.
It's just like, taking it too far. Taking it too far, making it more personal than it has to be. Just keep it within the lines of like, hey, the X's and O's of football and not being good at that.
Yeah. He followed up on that and he said, quote, I did not, and this is Christian Fourier, quote, I did not mean to imply Deion Sanders lacks intelligence overall. As a marketer and a self-promoter, he's a genius. He built an empire around his name and created a real revenue stream that benefits his entire family, especially his kids. That's extraordinary and worth admiring. If you evaluate him strictly as a football coach, the guy who's paid to be an expert in the game itself, all those details that win or lose games on Saturdays, I'll be polite and non-confrontational, I'd call that part of his profile a developmental need, end quote. That is the most delicate way.
He is a genius when it comes to marketing for himself and his family. But he's a head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah.
It's not just about him. His name's on it because he's the coach there, but it's about the Buffs. It's about the alumni. It's about all the fans that are rooting for the Colorado Buffaloes. It's about the wins. You got to win, period.
Yeah. Okay. And also, and someone's pointing this out on the text line, the RamosLaw.com text line. Also, Travis, and I think we talked about this at the time, Travis should have had his own day.
Yes. It wasn't the Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders shows. No.
Travis Hunter, he's the Heisman Trophy winner.
Exactly.
Yeah, he should have had his own moment in the sun there. Okay. I have a follow-up about CU for maybe tomorrow, and it's about their schedule and how unique it is, and we'll talk about why maybe 24 hours from now. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Aren't you supposed to do your woo thing?
Woo! I was texting one of the alumni that was talking to it. Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We started talking about Colorado, things happen.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes. And here's the other thing, and I mentioned this 2 years ago. When you do not embrace the alumni, typically that's one of the first moves of a new hire.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not from here. I know I'm new. Let me embrace the history of the program. Let me embrace the players that made up that history of this program. Let me lean into that. And from what I have gathered, that's not necessarily what Deion has done. And so when stuff is hitting the fan and you're losing games, you can't really expect that alumni base that you didn't embrace to stick with you through the fire and the thick and the thin.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. You have to embrace that. It's like I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Now I understand everybody and every coach is going to do it their way.
Yes.
Right? Their style, which is fine. And I also understand for someone like Coach Prime, it's not like he has a bunch of history here. He came here to help rebuild this program and help his kids and do his part, which is all fine and dandy, but still it is about the alumni. It's about the people that played here before you. At least that's what I was taught.
Sure.
That's what I was taught.
Sure. And you also have to remember, like, Deion, he's already told us that, and we'll shift gears here in just a second, but, like, he told us 3 weeks ago at the Super Bowl, it's fixed.
Yeah.
It's fixed. That's a quote. It's fixed. What we did in the portal, it's fixed. Coaching hires, it's fixed. Said before the start of last season that the 2025 team was even better than the Shedeur and Travis team.
Now he did say that.
And then you went out and won 3 games. And so he was on 60 Minutes, and they asked him who the best coach in the country was. You remember that?
Yeah,
I remember that.
But you got to have a little confidence.
Well,
not cockiness, confidence.
Well, when you say you're the best coach in the country, it's like, goodness gracious.
He was coming off the high. Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders. Like, it was a magical year.
It was a magical year would have appeared in the Big 12 championship game.
That's true. It was close to a magical year.
There
you
go.
Going with that?
It was close to a magical year.
It was. I mean, 9-win team, something that hasn't been done since the 2016 where we won 10 games.
Yeah.
You had a Heisman winner. Shedeur Sanders was doing his thing, and it showed. It showed how important Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter was to this team the next year, where you end up winning only 3 games. But now, like you just said, Coach Prime said he fixed it. Different offensive coordinator, same defensive coordinator, but they're adding different players from the transfer portal. My guessing is Coach Prime's taking a step back, reevaluating himself, all right, as a coach, getting better in that situation, right? Situational football. So let's see what this year has in store for us moving forward, and it starts against Georgia Tech in Atlanta.
On national TV.
On national TV.
As of about 48 hours ago, as it got flexed in on a Thursday night on ESPN. All right, shifting gears here. So yesterday we had a conversation about where Bo Nix ranks among his class, the 2024 quarterback class. And we had that conversation yesterday. And ultimately, although I hemmed and hawed a little bit, went back and forth between he and Drake May, we both had Bo Nix second after only Caleb Williams. And if you want to listen to that conversation and sort of the substance that we are drawing from, you can go back and check it out in the podcast. The summarized version is Bo Nix has thrown the most touchdowns in that class since coming into the league. He has a less of an interception rate than Drake May. All right, he's got significantly a less of a sack rate by really a country mile to anyone in his class, and he's got the most wins. So most touchdowns, a lower interception rate than someone like Drake May, the lowest sack rate in his class, and the most wins in his class. And then the tiebreaker for me personally was how he looked in the postseason, out-dueling Josh Allen in the divisional round, where someone like Drake May, I mean, he was bad. He wasn't just like struggling. He was bad.
Well, it's crazy to think that Drake May was a couple votes away from winning the MVP.
Not even a couple, one.
One vote away from winning the MVP.
Crazy.
And then you go to the playoffs. You find a way, not because of Drake May, because Drake May, like you said, was bad. And you get to the Super Bowl because of the players around you and the coaching staff around you. And then you get to the Super Bowl and you don't do anything. It's like, damn, why'd you do all this work in the regular season just to not show up? And therefore, that's why you and I both, like you just got done saying, put Bo Nix in front of Drake May because of what Bo can do, not just in the regular season, but postseason. And he was able to outduel Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And everybody's sitting here till this day saying, if we had Bo Nix against the New England Patriots, we win and go to the Super Bowl because of Bo Nix. That's how powerful Bo Nix is for this team.
Yeah, and another tiebreaker is if you just went through the mental exercise of, okay, there's a minute 47 left in the game. You need to go down and score. You're down 4. Who do you trust with the ball in their hands, Drake May or Bo Nix?
Hey, let's Bo.
I don't have to think about it hard, really. I don't.
8 fourth-quarter comebacks. All right, 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. You tell me who you're going with. Now, I don't know for Drake May, when we were having our conversation back and forth, I think he had 1 fourth-quarter comeback, and that was against Baltimore.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if he did, if you would call a comeback against the Broncos because they were down for a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so I'm going with Bo on that.
All right, so if we expanded that conversation and looked at the entire AFC, how many quarterbacks are there in just the AFC are like definitively better than Bo? That like if you ask people around the country, it would be nearly unanimous that this quarterback, fill in the blank, is better than Bo. Who's on that list?
Yeah, I mean, there's some ones on the list that we're not going to disrespect here. All right, for me, Patrick Mahomes, number one.
We could just start there. Like we're not going to spend a lot of time why Patrick Mahomes is in a different tier than Bo Nix.
Yeah, I mean, number two for me, and it's going to be different from UZ, Lamar Jackson. But Josh Allen's number three. So if you want to go Josh Allen number two to stroke your ego, then you can do that. Not me. Lamar Jackson, baby.
Dude,
Action Jackson.
Lamar, like, you saw him play football this year, right?
Yeah, but I also have seen him play football for the years that he's been in the NFL. We're going off of the body of work, not just 1 year.
No, that's true. He's been mostly great, especially in the regular season. Postseason, he turns into playoff Lamar.
How many Super Bowls does Josh have?
None.
Okay, Lamar doesn't either. So at the end of the day, they're there. They've won playoff games.
Yeah, but you can't put them in the same class.
Why not?
Because they're not.
Oh, well, how are they not?
I've explained this to you before. I should not need to do this again.
Here we go again. Both of them win games. Both of them get to the playoffs, and then both of them don't go to the Super Bowl. They're equal.
Well, that last part is definitely.
Both of them have. Well, one has more
true.
MVPs than the other.
Well, they've gone head to head multiple times in the playoffs. Lamar has never won, and he's got a 1-to-1 turnover to touchdown rate, where Josh Allen has the single greatest touchdown to turnover ratio in NFL history. That's why they're not the same.
So
and I know that's
Josh
not fast
is 2 for you. Lamar's 2 for me.
And I know Josh turned it over, and he did in the divisional round. But if we're talking about the body of work, that's where I would not have Lamar number 2. So I didn't think about doing the order, honestly. I was just like, who's ahead of Bo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mahomes for sure. Lamar for sure. Josh for sure. I think Joe Burrow for sure.
Yes.
After that, Trevor Lawrence?
I would put Trevor Lawrence in there because of some of the body of work for him, too. He did go to a playoff before Liam Cohen was the head coach. And just like this year alone, I mean, look what that man looked like when he had weapons around him, with confidence, with a really good play caller.
Really good season.
So I would say Trevor Lawrence. And head-to-head, Trevor Lawrence beat the Denver Broncos.
Beat him bad.
Yes, he did. All right, touchdown passes. Touchdown run. So I'm going to put Trevor Lawrence in front of old Bo Nix.
Yeah, you're starting to see the talent realized, and he was such an elite prospect, and he's had a solid career, but this is the first time really where you're looking at him like, wow, like he is. But we talk about this. We talked about this yesterday with the quarterback class of 2024. So much of these conversations. And I fall into it too sometimes. We talk about these quarterbacks like they're playing a game of one-on-one basketball. Yeah. It's about fit. Who is your coach? Who's your play caller? What does your defense look like? What does your offensive line look like? How about your skill positions? And with Trevor, you just saw an instant sort of flip as soon as the new coach arrived. I mean, it was almost instant. And so I'm curious what that looks like moving forward. I mean, Jacksonville is not going anywhere. So, okay, we can put Trevor Lawrence over Bo Nix right now. Justin Herbert.
See, this one's a little touchy subject for some people out there. For me, I've put Bo Nix over Justin Herbert because I'm looking at the body of work. Yes, Justin Herbert in the regular season, hell of a quarterback. But you talk about the postseason. We talk about franchise quarterbacks. You got to win some games. Not everybody's going to get to a Super Bowl. And I understand that. It's hard. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, look at them. Joey B was able to do it, but he wasn't successful in winning the Super Bowl. But when you get to the playoffs year after year, and yet you still don't have a playoff win, it can't all be just about the lack of health. Sometimes it has to be on the quarterback because if I remember correctly, not this year, but last year against the Houston Texans, Justin Herbert turned the ball over 4 times.
He did.
Looking like Josh Allen.
He did.
So, with that being said, Bo Nix and what he has done in 2 years, he has got to the playoffs in his first year as an NFL quarterback, 10-7. Second year, all right, leads his team to 14-3. Now there's context to it. Coach, defense, of course, it takes everybody. You just got done talking about it. But also leads his team. All right, to 14-3. Number 1 seed beats Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. All right, has a chance, ends up getting hurt. Everybody is still sitting here to this day saying if you have Bo Nix, you go to a Super Bowl. So I'm putting Bo Nix over old Justin Herbert.
Oh, my gosh.
Call me crazy.
No, I mean, you don't sound crazy. I think that, oh, God. I mean, Bo Nix, Bo Nix has won one playoff game.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going to say 2 because, I mean, being the number one seed.
But you just
Justin Herbert has never done that.
You just can't give him
Why?
a free playoff win because
He's
he didn't go out there
earned
and play.
He's 14-3.
He earned the bye. You can't
Exactly.
give him a playoff
That's
win
a
on his
win.
resume and Wikipedia page. Man, you want to know what? Obviously, we think very highly of Bo. For the Herbert one, and I understand why that's your stance. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go Bo Nix over Justin Herbert right now. Not right now. He's just and some of it has to do with just time on task. Justin Herbert.
I can get down with that.
I mean, he's been in the league for 6 years and has done some really incredible things.
Okay, but what matters the most?
And it deserves to be mentioned. Now, I'm not his defense attorney, but it deserves to be mentioned that he was missing his starting right tackle and his starting left tackle. And I shudder to think what we see from Bo Nix if he was down Mike McGlinchey and Garrett Bowles. I know. Nobody cares. I know.
You say that for our own team here in Denver.
Nobody
the
cares.
Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Nobody cares. This is not going to be the season where it's got a huge asterisk on it because some Nuggets got hurt in the regular season. There's going to be a champion, and that's going to be that. And hopefully it is Denver. And by the way, we have a little news on the Nuggets front that we'll get to here in just a couple minutes during this segment. But I'm not going to do it right now. So I'm going to have Herbert over Bo Nix as well.
All right.
So the guys that I would have over Bo right now, and this is just the AFC: Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, and Justin Herbert. And that's it. And that would be putting Bo Nix, because if you look around the rest of the AFC, Phil, if you were to just workshop it, no idea who's going to be the quarterback in Miami. We established yesterday we would take Bo over Drake May.
Yeah.
It's certainly not a quarterback in New York for the Jets. It's not going to be anyone in Cleveland. It's not going to be Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh at this stage in the game.
Nobody from the Raiders.
No one from the Raiders. No one. It's not Cam Ward. No. Daniel Jones is an interesting one.
That one right there. I have a little bit of pause because Daniel Jones. I think we tend to forget how athletic that man is.
Yep.
All right, when he was with the Giants, he took the Giants to not just one playoff game but 2 because he was able to beat whoever they played, I forgot, in the wild card division, and they moved on to the next. Now, of course, you have Saquon Barkley too, so you can take that for what it is. But Daniel Jones, very accurate with that football. All right, really good leader from what I've heard. And even this year, before he blew his Achilles out, he was doing a great job and had everybody believing that maybe the Colts can do it this year. We talked about the Colts before the year began, and if I remember, Will Peterson, scrappy one, he told us that the Colts suck.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Daniel Jones went on to win 4 or 5 straight games, and the Colts were
They're like the darling of the league for a second. They didn't have a punt against the Broncos.
Come on.
So would you put Daniel Jones ahead of Bo?
No. I think that they're kind of even, but if you're even in this situation with a young quarterback and you've been in the league for multiple years, then that young quarterback should probably jump over you because in year 2, Bo Nix is doing some great things.
I like that tiebreaker. And then the last one I'll just mention is C.J. Stroud.
He's struggling, man. Regressing.
Yeah, three years, or I guess the 2 years following his rookie year, his numbers have gone down every single year, from yards, from touchdowns. All that.
Hopefully he gets it together, man. I want these young quarterbacks to succeed. This is the new up-and-coming quarterbacks. No more Peyton Mannings, Drew Breeses, right? It's the Justin Herberts, Patrick Mahomes. They're getting up there. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. They have to try to break through. And then you got this young core. The 2024 draft class and the ones before that need to succeed so that you have some good football being played.
Yeah. All right. We will. Okay, so I have Bo 7th.
I got him 6th.
In a conference of 16 teams. So right in the middle of the AFC, you have him just a tick higher. I think that's fair. So do we have him as the best in his draft class? No. top 5 in the AFC? No. But still putting enough respect on his name after 2 years and the games that he's won, the touchdowns that he's thrown, the sacks that he hasn't taken. All right. Tomorrow maybe we can take a look at the rest of the league and decide where Bo slots in league-wide. Dropping by for the first time in a long time. I don't see him around as much, and I don't know if I ever saw you a ton here at work, but it's less than before. It's our guy from DenverSports.com, Jake Shapiro. What up, Jake?
Well, I was in Cancun last week. I was hoping to see some NBA players that didn't make the All-Star game, so that's why you didn't see me last week.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit of Nuggets here. Tell us what we need to know, news of the day involving Spencer Jones.
Yeah, the two-way player who's been fantastic for the Nuggets as a forward has started, I think, like 36 games for them, just got converted to a full-time contract. That means he's eligible to play the rest of the season. Also means he's eligible to play in the postseason, which he was not before. He's been really invaluable to the Nuggets, who have lost so many forwards to injury between Cam Johnson, who just came back, Aaron Gordon, and Payton Watson, who are currently injured. The reason why this was a debate was because Spencer Jones and the Denver Nuggets were probably negotiating on how many years and dollars he was going to get paid.
Right.
Jones only gets paid as a minimum contract player through the rest of the year, which makes him a restricted free agent at the end of the year. The Nuggets could have given him multiple years, but would have had to pay him more money, which would have hamstrung them and potentially not allowed them to sign a 15th player with their open roster spot. And there's some interesting names like Lonzo Ball that are still free agents.
Yeah, he is an interesting name. And I have to tell you, I am shocked with how impactful someone like Spencer Jones has been this year for the Denver Nuggets. It's 34 starts. He's played in 46 games for Denver. And you look at him, it's like, wait a second. He's 6'7", 225. He oftentimes is the most physical defender on the floor on a team that needs more physicality. He's got the requisite size. He's guarding some of the best players in the NBA, but he's also a shot maker. Now you can't tell by his form if you hit pause before his shot, goes in the basket. It's one of the crazier looking shots that I've ever seen. I mean, hearkening to the days of like Hedo Turkoglu, like having his hand cross his face as he shoots. Sean Marion, the Matrix.
Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah is another one with how high that thing was. I mean, it's one of the most unorthodox shots I've ever seen, but he's shooting over 41% from three. So he's a defender. He's physical. He may foul a little bit too much, but you'd rather him do that than be too passive. He's a shot maker. My question is, why did the Nuggets, why were they unable to do a longer-term deal? Because they could have here in this scenario with Spencer Jones, as opposed to just, hey, you're on the team for the rest of the year and then you're a restricted free agent.
So Spencer, they could have used the mid-level exception, which is still left over because of the Michael Porter Jr. trade. They could have signed him to multiple millions of dollars for multiple years. Normally, when a two-way contract player starts playing very well, they get converted very quickly. Think Jay Huff last year with Memphis, who then got traded to Indianapolis, who was a former Nugget. The thing was, the Nuggets didn't convert him right away because they didn't really know what they had right away. And then everyone went down, which foisted him up the starting lineup. And he was so good right away that it was like, well, do we pay him right away or do we not commit this dollars? We don't really want to know, because the name of the game for them was flexibility. That's all they kept talking about all offseason. By the time it became clear that Spencer Jones is what they should do with that money, it became probably too late in the game to keep flexible and pay Spencer Jones. So if they had paid Spencer Jones what he is worth at this point, which is probably $3 to $7 million, somewhere in there per year, well, at the higher end of that range, the Nuggets would have been back into the luxury tax, which they just traded out of at the deadline.
Correct.
At the lower end of that range, they wouldn't be able to sign a 15th player to their roster, a buyout guy like Alonzo Ball. So they had kind of shot themselves in the foot for this year. And now going into next offseason as a restricted free agent, his minimum offer, most likely because he's going to qualify as a starter according to the NBA, is going to be $5.9 million. So this was a guy who was making in the tens of thousands, low $100,000 range who's going to definitely make $6 million or more next year. And that's why his agent told him, whoa, let's not sign $3 million for 3 years, $9 million total. Let's see how this goes. And he's played it perfectly. The Nuggets, this might be the first loss of the not David Adelman, the Ben Tenzer, Jonathan Wallace era running the team. But it's a small loss. It's a really small loss, to be honest.
Well, good for Spencer Jones, undrafted free agent, making himself a little bit of money, $6 million. I'll take that right now. But we have this Denver Nuggets team, 35-20 right now. Now, Z has talked about the 40-20 rule. You know about the 40-20 rule. If you want to explain it again, Z, you can for our listeners. Do you believe really in the 40-20 rule for these Denver Nuggets this year? Do you believe that the Denver Nuggets can still get to a championship, or is it going to be hard for them to do it this year?
And real quick, 40-20 rule invented by Phil Jackson that says if you want to compete for a championship, you have to win your 40th game before your 20th loss. It might sound like, if you're hearing that for the first time, arbitrary. You can only point to 4 NBA champions since the advent of the three-point line that have avoided the statistical anomaly that is the 40-20 rule.
Yeah, I normally do believe in it. The only thing that I got for you to counter it, if the Nuggets are still a championship contender, is that Nikola Jokic missed a month. And he's the best player in the world, and the Nuggets were a completely different team. I know they played well, but they would have played even better over that stretch. They played a lot of bad teams during that stretch, and that's why they were able to survive. So I'm not of the belief that the Nuggets don't have a chance to win the championship this year. In fact, I actually started looking at this yesterday. How many games do you think the starting 5 for the Nuggets is going to play together this season?
Well, how many have they already played?
They've only started 10 games together this year.
Wow. So
crazy.
How many do I think they're going to play? My expectation is Aaron Gordon is not going to be back until like the middle of March, honestly. I would say I would expect them to play. I'm totally just kind of making up a number, sort of, rough drafting it. I would say 21 games.
So that's the best case scenario. And we're looking at, if you go back the last 25 years, and I think continuity in a starting lineup is so important. And the Nuggets had a giant change in their starting lineup already this year with Cam Johnson, who has literally no chemistry with Aaron Gordon because they have not been able to play together. The last 25 years, only the Milwaukee Bucks had a starting lineup play fewer games than the Denver Nuggets are likely going to play. And that's because Dante DiVincenzo went down in the first round, and PJ Tucker replaced him in that starting lineup. The only other team that's close.
And you're saying, when you say only other team, you're talking about a championship
winning team.
Yeah.
The only other team that's close was the year the Toronto Raptors won it in 2019 because they traded midseason for Marc Gasol and put him in the starting lineup.
That's right.
So he played about 20 games as a starter, and that's the only company the Nuggets are keeping. So it's not a whole historical outlier, but we're talking 40-20 rule. We're talking the starting 5 rule, and man, the Nuggets are up against it odds-wise. But the one thing I will tell you that maybe gives you a little bit more hope, there's all sorts of net rating stats that you got to be this and that in the net rating. Well, the Nuggets defensively in 2023 when they won the title, they were a statistical outlier. So if anyone can be a statistical outlier, it's Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, and, one, he's going to have to start playing better.
Yeah.
If you watch the games and you have the, track record of what it looks like when he's playing his best, I know he's got some triple doubles, but he hasn't played great. And what's crazy about all of this is, you got a first-time head coach. You have the most banged-up roster maybe in the league, the most banged-up Nuggets team in my time here in Denver, which started 9 seasons ago. One of the biggest variables in the years leading up to this was, are you going to get the championship version of Jamal Murray? And you have gotten that. He is having the best year of his career. It's not even close. The numbers are different. His body is different. The dedication is different. And then all this calamity is happening around him. It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate.
It just goes to show you how many things need to go right for you to win a championship. Yep. And even going into this year and all the things that were going if, and but, those go right. They all went right. And still we're sitting here in the Nuggets and something just feels a little off.
It does.
And it's probably because of the injuries, but man, a rookie head coach probably doesn't help, even though he's done a terrific job. He's done
great.
so good.
Yeah, what more do you want him to do? I mean, rookie year, a bunch of the starters have been out, and yet you're still winning games, 35-20. I know it's not a sexy record, but you're still in the thick of things.
And they find a rotation player out of nowhere in Spencer Jones, and like Aaron Gordon's playing better than ever when he's healthy.
Payton Watson doing his thing.
Right.
And you hit to an incredible degree on a player who's playing on a vet minimum in Tim Hardaway.
Oh, and by the way, on top of all this, the Thunder are having all the injuries you needed them to have to clear the way for you.
It's true. It's true. And if they hadn't lost those handful of games, and I know it's the NBA and these losses are going to happen, but there's been the clutch losses. That's actually maybe as disturbing to me as anything happening right now, maybe separate from the injuries. And if you look at who this team is in 3-point games, they used to out-execute their opponent like Floyd Mayweather. Like it used to be, Jake, I used to say, if you're even, you're beat. If you're in a clutch game with Denver, if you're even, you're beat. That has not been the case. I believe they're 6-8 in games decided by 3 points or less this year.
This is really going to bother you. So in the clutch time, which is defined in the NBA as under 5 minutes, 5 points or less, the Nuggets are 14-13, which doesn't sound that bad. But their net rating is negative 8.6, meaning they're outscored by 8.5 points per 100 possessions. That's 6th worst in the NBA this year.
That's crazy.
The teams, Zach, that are worse than the Nuggets, Brooklyn, Memphis, New Orleans, Sacramento, Washington.
So it went from literally being the hallmark of the team, the 2-man game down the stretch, into one of the worst in the entire NBA.
Those teams you listed, I mean, most of them are tanking.
They're a lottery team when they're playing in the clutch right now.
That is insane. And it's very disturbing. We'll continue this conversation coming up next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at DenverSports.com/superfan. That's DenverSports.com/superfan.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is taxes.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at TurboTax.com/free. No schedules except for Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, Student Loan Interest, and Schedule 1A.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-290-7100. That's 800-290-7100.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
Dan Jacobs of 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces UNLV starting at 9.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, just a continuation of the conversation we were just having, and Jake Shapiro with us, sticking around for just another couple minutes. You'll hear him again on Denver Sports tonight. That net rating number you gave that I'm asking you to repeat here in just a second. So the Nuggets, Jake, I've been talking about the Nuggets in the clutch pretty much since, I'll give you a date here. It was November 17th was the first time that we talked about it, because they lost their first loss of the season was on opening night against the Golden State Warriors on the road. They lost in overtime. Okay. 137-131, tight game. Then their second loss was at Portland, 109-107. And then their third loss was against the Bulls at home, 130-127.
That was a bad loss. We were in the building that night.
It's true. And I remember coming in here after the third loss, an OT loss and two clutch losses, saying, hey, just a heads up, like, this is not normal. It's not normal for the Denver Nuggets to lose these types of games. Their fourth loss of the season was a 128-123 loss to Sacramento at home, another clutch loss. And I remember we came back in here that weekend being like, or after that weekend saying, like, it happened again. And if you look at who Denver is in 3-point games this year, they're under 500. Unfortunately, Denver in 3-point games decided by 3 points or less since the championship season, they're just 17 and 16.
And I got to tell you, as someone who's watched it very up closely, I got a little concerned about their clutch stuff during and then after that Minnesota series. That's when it started to get a little alarming for me, all the way back to then.
You're talking about the second round loss the year after the championship.
24,
Yeah.
because they should have closed out a couple of those
dude,
games.
I remember I was sitting right there watching it.
Yeah, and then you come a year later, and the whole narrative going to that Oklahoma City series is the Nuggets are awesome in the clutch, and Oklahoma City hasn't learned to win in the clutch yet.
Yep.
And that flipped in the middle of that series, and Oklahoma City has been monsters in the clutch since. The Nuggets have struggled in the clutch all year, like you're talking about, Zach. And I do think there's something to be said here for the lack of chemistry that this group has together, not only because of the injuries, but you had a major change in your starting lineup this year. And I know Michael Porter Jr. wasn't taking many clutch shots, but with Cam Johnson being there in the clutch instead, I do think there's something to be said is you need to get these reps and learn how to play together in these tight spots before you can succeed. Unfortunately, the Nuggets aren't going to get that, which to me is one of the red flags for them going into the playoffs.
Well, when it comes to the clutch, it usually goes into Jamal Murray's hands or, of course, Jokic's hands. Now, with that being said, it seems like the two-man game with Jokic and Jamal has kind of been stale. What do you say for that? What needs to happen? What needs to change? Because I think something needs to change to even help with the clutch moments.
I think the two-man game with Nikola and Jamal right before Nikola got hurt, so we're talking about December, was the best it had ever looked, including the 23 championship run. It was fantastic. Some of the turnovers Nikola Jokic has had during the stretch of games all season long have been so uncharacteristic, and I don't understand them, frankly. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't have the chemistry with the other three guys on the court, or if it's because he's trying to do too much.
I was going to say some of it is just ill-advised. It's not chemistry related, and some of them it's just like, whoa, what were you thinking there?
Like, I can't even explain it because he's so good and he never does that, and he's done it like maybe 5 or 6 times this year.
Agreed.
And multiple times in those games, so I can't explain it. But I'm not too worried about the two-man game because the last time we saw it when Jokic was healthy, it looked great. To me, I'm worried about, one, they have a rookie head coach. How is that factored into their clutch time play? I have no idea. We're still learning about all that. And two, the other guys around them, do they have enough shooting was the main question going into this year. Okay, they added Tim Hardaway, who has been fantastic. Tim Hardaway in the clutch, what happened last time he was in the clutch? James Harden shot right over his face, Nuggets lose. Tim Hardaway can't play defense in the clutch, so you got to go offense for defense. Christian Brown's three-point shot hasn't been there this year. Are you going to put Payton Watson out there in the clutch now? And then you have Aaron Gordon's injury issues, right? So you don't have a perfect solution of what you're doing in the clutch time. And what was so good about that 2023 team is you always knew what they were going to do at any given moment. There was no question about who should be on the floor. Michael Malone always knew. The Nuggets don't know their identity going into the playoffs, no matter what at this point in the season. What 5 guys should be starting? I think there's a legitimate question about Payton Watson and Christian Brown. What 5 guys should be closing? I don't know. Is Tim hot that night? Is Bruce hot that night? Is Bruce the right defender? These are big-time questions that need to be answered in the next 25 games, and they're not easy to answer, and that's why they've struggled in the clutch.
With the Payton Watson conversation and the CB dynamic, it's so fascinating, and unfortunately, Payton Watson gets hurt, and it's another hamstring, and so your 2 best defenders right now on the team are Aaron Gordon and Payton Watson are both down with hamstring injuries. But with Christian, when Christian has been out there, he hasn't looked great. And it's sort of unfortunate the All-Star break coming because it felt like he might have played his best 2 games of the season in the last 2 games leading up to the break, and that's like All-Star break. So we'll see what that looks like. But man, oh man, these are some of the questions that I had about Adelman coming into the year and saying, are you willing to do really, really hard things? And if you sat Christian Brown and started Payton Watson in the playoffs, that would represent a really hard decision. But unless Christian can't straighten this out, and if Payton Watson's a similar version when he comes back to when he was, I don't know. I don't know how hard the decision is actually going to be.
So I can do a little bit of reporting on this. Last year, remember those 2 games Christian came off the bench for Russell Westbrook?
Yes.
That did not go over well in the Nuggets locker room.
I would not imagine so.
And I think that's going to be something that lives with David Adelman with the coming decision. However,
Russ is such a different personality, though.
And Payton has taken everything in stride for years.
Yes.
Except when Aaron Gordon got hurt last year, He played really well for about a month. Aaron Gordon came back. Payton did not think he should be a starter. Like, let's be clear about that. Payton thought he had earned more minutes, and Michael Malone goes right back to playing him 12 minutes a game.
Yep,
and
I
he
remember.
kind of lost Payton for the rest of the year on that.
Yep.
Let's be honest about it. So I'm not saying he's going to lose anyone. What I'm saying is I think David Adelman, with the knowledge of what happened last year, will look at the decisions of who to play and when as matchup dependent. If the Nuggets are playing Darius Garland and the Los Angeles Clippers in the playoffs, it makes a lot of sense to put Christian Brown out there because he's a smaller guy. If the Denver Nuggets are playing the Lakers in the playoffs, Luka Doncic and Peyton Watson makes a lot more sense.
Yep.
So I think this is going to come down to matchups.
Rockets, Peyton Watson, right? I mean, it's
Hell, I put Peyton Watson out there on everybody, though, because of what he has done. Not just as a defender, but a scorer as well. That's something that Christian Brown is lacking right now. Like, we know that he can play some good defense when he wants to, but scoring is just not his forte right now. So if it's up to me, Mr. Peyton Watson's going out there all the time.
Well, and what was Christian so good at last year? Transition scoring. Was one of the best players in the league at it.
He was.
David Adelman, first press conference as a Nuggets head coach. Yeah, we're going to score less in transition. We're going to be more of a half-court team.
Yeah. He did say that. And because the playoffs come down to executing in the half court. And I said to you at the time,
yeah, you did.
I'm like, we'll see how that ages. We will see how that statement ages. Most coaches, when they get the job, they say, we're going to run. We're gonna, we're gonna play a high octane level of basketball. He said the opposite.
First coach in the history of basketball said, we're gonna slow this down.
Yeah, literally.
Slow it down.
So, all right, thanks for being here, Jake.
Of course, guys.
All right, we'll take a look back at what we learned today in Denver sports next.
Has the rubber officially met the road for Coach Prime and the Buffs?
They have to win 8 games this year. They have to be competitive. You had the Heisman, you had your son, you revamped the team, you revamped the coaching staff. Now it's time to go to work. Now it's time to win games. There is no more excuses. Enough's enough.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. For 50-80 Exteriors, Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 50-80 Exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no-interest financing. 50-80 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
What's up, guys? You need healthy options you'll actually crave? HelloFresh brings the flavor with homemade meals that are wholesome, fresh, and always hit the spot. Turn fresh, balanced ingredients into home-cooked meals that are easy to make and taste great. Keep your health on track with GLP-1 friendly options and high-protein meals packed with over 30 grams of protein. My lady is always telling me how I need more protein in my life. From udon soup to hearty chicken pastas, enjoy mouth-watering dishes that spice up your weeknights. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Ben Franklin here to talk to you about your water heater. A water heater is a vital part of your home's plumbing. When it doesn't work, it can really freeze up your routine. Call the pros at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing about water heater options for your home. Visit BenjaminFranklinPlumbing.com or call 877-BEN-1776 to request an appointment. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, "Don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food." But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite. A car accident can change everything in a moment. For almost 50 years, my firm has gone up against insurers and won over $1 billion for our clients. If you were hit, don't wait. Evidence fades, witnesses disappear, and the insurance companies know that. We move fast, you should too. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or go to willhitewins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or willhitewins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado Strong. willhitewins.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan. Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, looking back at the day, what did we learn in Denver sports? Well, we just talked about one of them with Jake. Appreciate Jake. Love talking hoops with Jake. And the Nuggets did convert Spencer Jones. All right, secure his playoff status.
Yeah.
Right, and the Nuggets just went through this a couple years ago with Colin Gillespie, who was not eligible to play in the postseason, but Michael Malone was playing him over Jalen Pickett. And that was, and I've mentioned this to you before, it was one of their biggest wars between Booth and Malone, was the Jalen Pickett and Colin Gillespie dynamic.
And I mean, I understand it. If you're Calvin Booth, you're saying, hey, look, this guy is not going to play in the postseason. The other guy that I drafted, he will play. So, like, make it work.
Dude, it's crazy. Like, you look back at some of the wars that Calvin Booth and Michael Malone had. So, like, Colin Gillespie's one of them. See what Colin Gillespie is doing this year? Dante, your sons, Colin Gillespie is averaging over 13 points a game. The Suns are one of the better stories in the entire NBA. The Suns have already hit their over-under season win total. And the Nuggets could use like someone who can handle the ball, a backup guard. Like, he was right there in-house. And I don't know what Gillespie's going to get paid, but Dante, 10 seconds, summarize Colin Gillespie's season.
I mean, he's been incredible. He stepped up. Jalen Green's been hurt basically the entire season, and he stepped up.
Grayson Allen's also been very injured, so he's come in and played a lot of starting minutes for this team too. He's elite at shooting the 3-ball, and the coach down there, Jordan Ott, has given him the license to basically just pull. If you're open from 3, just pull up and shoot it. And Gillespie's taking full advantage of that.
He really, and he's averaging almost 5 assists a night.
Incredible floor
what?
general as well, and then he plays really hard on the defensive end. That's one thing that he prides himself on is he brings it every night. He doesn't take any of that for granted.
And so, like for that war, for that specific, I'll say that specific battle between Malone and Booth, Michael Malone was right.
Yeah, Michael Malone wins that one.
But there's another one, someone like Peyton Watson, who Michael Malone just never bought into, ever. And that was Calvin Booth's guy. Truly, that was his guy. And it appears that Calvin Booth was going to win that battle. And it just the whole thing, you look back at it, it's crazy. It's crazy. But someone who made himself some money this year, Colin Gillespie, made himself a lot of money. And I don't know where he's going to end up signing, but the guy's playing over 28 minutes a night for a Suns team that is, 10 games over 500 in the Western Conference. What else did we learn today? We learned that the Colorado Avalanche have a team of basically just all-stars. And obviously this is not new, right? Like the Avs are a juggernaut, they're the Cup favorite. But watching these guys go to Italy and shine as individuals in the way that they have. McKinnon scores again today. Arturi Lehkonen ties a game and then wins it in overtime. It's one thing after Marty Necas, like what he did today for Czechia, it was just insane. Like
he had a crazy Olympic run there, and it's like, thank God you're on our team.
Yes. Where are we at with all the Marty Necas detractors?
No, everybody that doesn't like Marty, they're gone. They're not saying anything.
Yeah.
How could you say it?
I mean, just he has been great with a capital G. One of the best Olympic runs in the history of his nation.
And you know what's crazy is Mikko had 1 goal so far. Only 1. Now, there's like no bad blood with Mikko in here. When he's done, hopefully he gets his jersey in the rafters. But like, there you go. You have Necas playing some of the best hockey in the Olympics, and you got Mikko that's struggling.
Yeah, and a taser today for Team Canada playing a massive role in them escaping the Czechs. I mean, and then you had Team USA in an absolute war with Sweden that goes into overtime, and Quinn Hughes gets it done for Team USA. But for a second there, man, it was like, whoa, is Team USA going to lose? Is this matchup with Canada
not going to happen?
6 a.m. on Sunday morning for the gold medal, not going to happen. But luckily they survived it. But yeah, these Avalanche players are just absolutely stealing the show. 16 goals.
Again, and you
in
have
Italy.
If you're Chris McFarland, you got to be smiling.
Totally.
You have to be happy. The way you put this roster together, on top of the 2 goalies, one of them that should honestly be in the Olympics.
It's
and
true.
That's Blackwood. But I can't wait for them to come back home, get a little bit of rest, and now it's time to go. It's cup or bust. Cup or bust, baby.
There's no doubt. And that's how we began the season, really. But it's just even more amplified, it feels like, after seeing this on the global stage. 16 goals for the Avs. Next closest team is San Jose with half of that amount. So, all right, we'll leave it there for now. Really appreciate you guys rocking with us here on a Wednesday. We'll be back on a Thursday. So long. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
If the goal is to win a Super Bowl,
Hey, let's go, bring it out!
do the Broncos need a new top target in the wide receiver room?
What he brings to the table, I do believe that he can be your main wide receiver on a championship team. All he does is work. He's a great leader for that football team. I'd like to see more, but I really do like Cortland, and he can be the main guy on a championship team, no doubt about it.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And when you're dealing with joint pain, you don't want just guesswork. You want a real plan. And that's why I send people to RegenRx in Denver. Their professionalism is on another level. The moment you walk in, they break everything down for you. Maybe it's the Wharton's jelly to support the joints. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy to wake the blood flow back up. Whatever the case may be, they're going to sit you down and map it out for you step by step. And they don't just treat you one time and disappear. No. At RegenRx, they even build a 6-month booster to help keep your results feeling strong. And that's how you know they're serious about the long-term performance. But here's the part that everybody loves the most. Their consultation is completely free. You heard me, it's free, no risk, no commitment, just real answers. And if you're dealing with degenerative joints or pain that's slowing you down, this is your chance to see if their treatments work for you. Look, if joint pain is stealing your explosiveness, your confidence, and your ability to keep up with your kids, stop pushing through it. Your quality of life matters. Guys, you matter. So give RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 for a free consultation, or visit them at regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn